Holy Land Lovers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking, and I'm finally back. For those of you who don't watch these live or on a regular basis or what have you, I had a trip planned that was gonna overlap 2 weekends worth of streams, and then as I was returning home, I got sick, and that was a long one. So I was really pretty great. The timing of it was especially unfortunate because it was like by last Friday, I was like starting to feel like I was mending. By Saturday, I was like mostly functional, but like legitimately one of my bigger concerns, other than the fact that like doing a stream might like set back my recovery and also that I still probably like sounded a little gross, was the fact that like I had been doing so much like blowing my nose and stuff that like the whole like tissue area of like the nose and mouth was just like shredded. It looked horrendous, and it was like, I mean, best case, that's upsetting to look at. You see the Jigglypuff up close as a compromise. I mean, I feel like that's still violent. I mean, you know what? Do we just want to play Secret Squirtle now? Do we want to like shirk all tradition and just do this now? People are very excited about Pokemon. I can't really like deny the interest. Is this this could be a thing? Hang on. Is that thunder? It felt so close. It felt closer than any thunder I ever remember on Earth. We just had a very exciting hype train from other people resubbing for me basically being gone for a month unintentionally, and I now have a raccoon blowing up a balloon emote, that's fun. You heard that? That's not a good sign. It is possible. I feel like I heard someone like using. It sounded like someone was vacuuming like the side yard of my neighbor's house, which probably isn't right. But it sounded like that was happening like 30 minutes ago. Was it the raccoon? Maybe. I haven't actually seen a raccoon here. I have seen a possum. I talked about that. It was a weird experience. Hey Neko, welcome to the stream. Hey, you know what? Also, I missed your resub, so I think it happened when the thunder happened. Thank you for your resub contribution as well, Neko. Thank you. I have one of these. For some reason, everyone wants to look at all the stuff. I say for some reason. The reason is obvious. I was entertaining the idea that we do Secret Squirtle up front. Do we want to do that? Like, Neko's like still here, and I know she's not gonna last. She messaged me ahead of time saying she like basically hasn't slept since I left. That's an exaggeration, but for real. Can I name all the plushies? Sure. Let's play this game. So obviously up here, this is Carlos. He is Clossum. It says Clossum on his stomach. We have an emote for him. You can see him right there. This is Pusheen Narwhal. Pusheen, I don't truly know the origin of Pusheen. I just know that Pusheen exists and is pretty cute, and they made a narwhal, and narwhals are sort of a channel theme, so I got this one. This I call Graduation Bear. It is a bear that came from the gift shop at the college I attended that my girlfriend got for me when I graduated college. Well, girlfriend at the time. He has a shirt that has the name of the college I went to. This is Clefairy. Fun fact about Clefairy. The Pokemon Battle Revolution streams I was talking about before I left for Vegas returned quicker than I expected. And I've come to discover that one of the default modes that they do is 6 versus 6. That thunder is so close, my guys. 6 Clefairy versus 6 Clefairy. The only moves they have are metronome. But this is important. The default mode is German announcer, and I really wasn't clear on why until I realized that apparently the German name for Clefairy is PP, and so every time a Clefairy is sent out after one is knocked out in the German one, you hear the German announcer go, "Oh, here comes PP," and it's very funny, and I assume that's why they do it, but I thought I should mention that. This is a Squishmallow Fox. I don't remember her name. I'm pretty sure it's a girl fox because I think she's got the eyelashes like the girl Squishmallows do. This is Jigglypuff. It's Jigglypuff. You can't quite see the whole thing here. We call this Cool Spot. It's a big blue circular face with sunglasses smiling emoji pillow. These are Wally and Eve Squishmallows, and then we have Pikachu and Eevee and these Drifloons. I put out the Drifloons, as I had mentioned to Neko at least. I don't remember if I mentioned it in the Discord channel at large, but I know she is a Drifloon enthusiast. On my flight back from Vegas, I was playing some Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I still haven't remotely finished, and I happened to catch a shiny full odds Drifloon, and I was super excited about it because Drifloon is one of my favorites, and certainly one of my favorites in that game. Not a ton of my favorites are present in that game, I've found. Uh, but that was very exciting for me because shiny Pokemon, if you're not familiar with the concept of shiny Pokemon have set designs, but they also each have like it kind of like an albino variation is I think the concept is it's like a different coloration, and it always looks the same. So Neko in fact made this regular crochet Drifloon and this shiny crochet Drifloon, and so you can see instead of being purple and gold, it's gold with like blue, and like the colors are sort of inverted, which is like kind of a common thing for shinies. So like the main thing that's cool about them is like sometimes their colors are cool. Like Gold Balloon is fun, but also just the fact that they're very rare and they look different, and that's neat. Uh, didn't they have top hats? Well, she made this pirate hat that I put on top of the Eevee, and it's sized for. I think she had said it was specifically sized for the classic Drifloon purple. Um, let's see. Okay, so that was there was the request to name all of them. Now that I've named all of them, do you want to look for Squirtles now? Oh, also, I suppose I put some accent guys on the top. This is Mantine. He's a Pokemon. He's a manta ray. This is Quirky Umbreon. I will show you him up close. He is definitely made in China. I am not sure if he is a Chinese official variant or a busted bootleg. I don't know, but he's very jaunty. We found him at a store in Vegas when we were there, and he has a funny bobbly head. And this is a delightful little teddy bear that I got out of a claw machine from the super cool mini golf hyphen club that they added to one of the big resorts on the strip in Vegas, Mandalay Bay. There's a fun story about that I'll tell at some point. A close look at Mantine, sure. Okay, so we got Eevee guess. I assume Demolition's guess was Pikachu. He said I know, and he almost always guesses Pikachu if Pikachu is present. Uh, the only shot I remember is Cheryl's poor Metapod. The thing that makes me extra sad about the Metapod thing is I wasn't in the stream at the time that she found it, and that's not actually the thing I'm sad about, although also it would have been very funny to be there for that. But also the fact that like I'm fairly certain, and I think I was more aware of this at the time she was doing the shiny hunt, trying to get a shiny Pikachu in Let's Go Pikachu's Viridian Forest. Um, but like the way that those catch chains work, I think if she had just kept catching Pikachus, like she would still have boosted odds to get the shiny Pikachu she was looking at. But by catching the Bandit Pod, she busted her chain, and like there was no longer feasible. Um, and it would have been nice to be able to tell her that. Okay, so uh, had listen here, you. Okay, sure. Let's play Squirtle now. I can do some without getting up. This is this is a Eevee Squirtle, which means that I can also show you Eevee's extremely robust tail. Like, I genuinely am not sure who designed the Eevee Squishmallow. Its proportions are so bizarre compared to all of them, but it's delightful. I actually really this one has like a really jaunty ear. Like it's so droopy, but it has a lot of personality. And the tail is it's very big and solid, and she's very fluffy and good, and the big hands. The hands are fun. Pikachu also has Squirtle. This kind of a structural Squirtle, as you can see, as has been demonstrated. Clefairy had one of these uh, one of these small squishmallows. This one's the Stingray. Before I left, we found some good aquatic ones at a store when I was running errands. Uh, and so, for example, Jigglypuff has the slightly different manta ray because it has the little boops on its head. There was a request to look at Mantine. Mantine's very good. He is also a manta, as you could guess. He's got some fun markings and things if you're not extremely familiar with the Pokemon Mantine, but he's got his little manta gills and he's this one doesn't actually show his he usually has like cute really puffed out cheeks and he still has like the fun smile. It just doesn't quite come across in this little guy the way the design normally does. Um, this is the kind of janky Umbreon because his fur is so black you can't tell. But if you look really close, his pupils definitely go outside of his eyes, which is not how pupils work. But he's very wobbly. He's very fun. There's something very appealing about him. And also, just I'm really enamored with this guy. This is the little bear that I got from the claw machine. It's so thunder here. It's ridiculous. Um, but yeah, so we went to this place. It's called Swingers. It's a club. It's not a swingers club. It is a mini golf slash kind of actual club. It has like bars and drinks and things. And there's like adult only hours after like 5 p.m. and there's a DJ. It's kind of crazy. It's like a bunch of my favorite things, but also there's alcohol. And place is super cool and atmospheric, has good music, a lot of fun, really well designed mini golf courses if you're interested um, in that sort of thing. But like also because they're like a relatively new thing, and I think they were trying to get more summer business. They had like all these deals going on where you would get like 2 rounds of golf for the price of 1 round of golf, which weirdly 1 round is 9 holes. But let's not talk about that. But they also gave us these like arcade. You know how like a lot of arcades these days, like instead of using coins or even tokens, you like pay money onto like a little arcade debit card sort of thing, and then you just like swipe or tap that as credits to play the game. So they gave us like 3 of those in like really awkward amounts. So you could really only use like part of the money that they gave you, but it was free, so that's fine. So like my parents obviously didn't want to particularly do anything in the arcades. So like do whatever you want with them. And they had a claw machine with this lovely little guy in it. And I was like, I want a little sweater bear with an adorable face on it. So I used every single one of our credits to try and get him, and did not succeed, to be clear. And I really want to tell you this story because it's very personal and endearing to me. Which is so I played I don't know how many rounds that was, like 6 or 9 or something. I played a bunch of things. You know how claw machines work. Like a lot of the times that they operate, they don't get like a firm grip. They'll like kind of pick it up, and maybe if you're lucky, it'll like toss it into the prize chute. But like you gotta get lucky unless you hit one of the weird rare attempts where it actually grabs it really well and brings it over. So like I managed to like every single time I played, I like picked up the bear, but like the claw would just sort of drop it when like it hit the top of its arc because it didn't have a good grasp on him. And I was like, oh darn. And my dad watches this and he's like, you picked it up every time. I was like, yeah, I know these things are they're kind of rigged. I mean, I like them and all, but like you kind of you gotta get lucky or whatever. And he's like, no, I mean, okay, we're come with me. And we go over to like one of those machines and he like fills a card back up with money. He's like, you were so close. You got to get the bear. I'm like, I mean, it's your money. Like we can do whatever you want. Like like it's not my money. I'll spend. That's fine. So like I went for like another like 4 or 5 attempts, I think, and continued to pick it up every time. And he just keeps watching. And And like while I'm trying to do this, he's like watching other people play other machines. He's like, I see other people, they're not even picking it up one time. You're picking it up every time. Like, yeah, I know. I'm pretty good at claw machines, but there's still like a luck element or whatever. And he's like, no, 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 no. And so we go back over, and then he's like, oh, if I pay like $5 more, then we get an extra like 2 plays. And I'm like, it's literally your money. We can do whatever you want with it. But then like we go at it like the third round, and the third time was the charm. I managed to get on one of those attempts, and I was very excited. And my dad, I'm like my dad in a lot of ways, where like we have like a similar sort of temperament and personality, and like uh we both take things very seriously. Like he has a sense of humor. He's not as outward as showing it sometimes. And like he's very passionate about things the way you see me get very passionate about video games, usually in kind of an angry way. But like it's only because I care, I promise. But like he's very passionate about things, but he doesn't often like share that passion. And so there was something really interesting about him sort of like opening up and like being enthusiastic for that. And then like also when I like got the bear, he just looks at it up close and he was just so enamored. He's like, it's just so cute and its eyes sparkle. It's like, I don't get the liking cute things from my dad. Like he doesn't dislike cute things, but like that's a thing that my mom and I share, and my sister as well. But like that's not, that was like a really unusual occurrence. So I don't know, there's a really special element to this bear in particular, where it's like, I don't know, I can't remember like the last time I've seen my dad be like that engaged, either with like one of my weird quirky skill sets, or just a particular like stuffed animal, because that's just like so my thing and not really something else. um but like, yeah, I thought I would share that was a particularly fun part of that experience for me. Not that any other part of that wasn't, because I do recommend. I feel like the swingers mini golf nightclub day club weird combination thing is a thing that like most people in my chat would like for some combination of reasons. It's just really interesting. Also, just to summarize briefly the rest of the Vegas trip for anyone interested, uh, like, so I have a gripe about Vegas in recent history, which is that a bunch of stuff closed down during COVID, because obviously, I mean, it's like an entertainment capital of the United States, and entertainment was hit really hard when people couldn't go places in person. But following all the corporate trends on Earth, like no one has invested money into like new shows. So we've kind of seen a high percentage of all shows that like are still running in Vegas. Um, with the exception of things like residencies that sort of rotate in and out on a regular basis, and some similar kinds of things. Uh, we did have tickets to see a residency show that was starting on the 4th of July, which was Kelly Clarkson. And you may or may not know this. I mentioned it on the Discord, I'm pretty sure. But also, it's like kind of newsworthy. Like, I mentioned to one of my friends that like I had been unable to go to that show, and she was like, "Oh, you were hit by that? I read about it." Like, she already knew. But like, yeah, so basically like less than an hour before that show was supposed to start, it got canceled, which was awkward. Because like we're already dressed up and we had taken a cab over to a place on a holiday weekend when traffic was terrible. And it was like the night of the holiday, and it was obviously impossible to like schedule to a new thing or whatever. So like it was like I had a good time, don't get me wrong. It was like we just ended up going home and sort of like chilling out. We watched like a Friends marathon, and got takeout in the room, and like that's totally my speed, so I was happy with that. But like it's still like a total bummer of just like we got tickets like on a holiday weekend to see the show, and they like canceled it so late that like nothing could be done about it. And then also we were in a big like confused angry crowd of people that we like didn't have to deal with at all if they had just done it like ahead of time or whatever. So like they definitely could have handled that better. And frankly, we talked about this on my sister's stream last weekend too, because she's been through that sort of thing before. what kind of takeout. There's like a 24-hour burger restaurant in the lobby of the resort that we go to. It's called Johnny Rockets. There is a chain called Johnny Rockets. I maintain that the Vegas Johnny Rockets have, since the first time we went there, outsourced to some third party like cafeteria company. So their menu is definitely not the same as a normal Johnny Rockets, but I have to tell you, this place does ridiculously good burgers. I think part of it is because they are very heavily salted, and I am a boring white person, and that's what I call food. But legitimately, they were exceptionally good. Um, Other things that we did during that week, we did a record three escape rooms. I'm a big fan of escape rooms and have increasingly pushed my parents into doing them to the point that I think they both actively look forward to doing them. Whereas originally I was like, it's a thing that I think could be fun for us to do, met with some very reasonable reluctance. But this was another fun moment for my dad. I think as my dad is approaching retirement, he's maybe looking at things differently, or maybe, I don't know. It could be a lot of things, and I'm not trying to get weird about it. But like, there was a fun thing too, where like, so we did. I think the first one we did was this. There was a Star Trek themed escape room. It is unfortunately Star Trek Discovery themed, which is less good less good than like another Star Trek themed one could be. Um, and honestly, as much as I love to rag on Star Trek Discovery, actually, it was like it was okay. The issues that it had, there were some like quirky design things where like normally in an escape room, you sort of like solve puzzles and then like set them behind and then like have your focus like increasingly shifted towards like new goals until you like reach the final puzzle or whatever. And this one had this weird habit of like trying to reuse their screens and like not having a good indication that like something that you have like compartmentalized as being done is now like different and important. So like you would like input something on one of their busted monitors because like they had some of the worst touchscreens I've ever seen in my life. They were horrendous. My favorite is like one of them had like a keypad where you were supposed to enter some sort of password, and if you entered anything incorrectly, there was like a delete button. But if you hit delete, it would just add the letter B into the password that already existed. So like the quickest way to clear it would to just be mash whatever button you could get it to read, because if you hit backspace, it just added B. Now you could hit backspace and just add a bunch of B's, but like that's not how that's supposed to work. Um, and there was a real difficulty progression issue with that one. Like if we were able to solve it with like very little time left over, to be fair. But like I've done like a decent number of rooms now, running the gamut from like literal like busted like some person's like basement more or less to like these really high end ones from this really good company called the Escape Game. And This one had like an initial puzzle that was like really convoluted, and like you can't even like look at any other clues or like see what the whole experience is like until you solve this like pretty difficult puzzle. That like I say this way because like I think that like an average or inexperienced group trying to play this game like absolutely could get stuck there for most or potentially even all of their hour like game time, which is kind of crazy. But like, yeah, ultimately we solved that one. I think we had like a minute 20 or something. We did. Then the other two we did were with that company I just mentioned, the Escape Game. They've been consistently really good. They're like top of the field. They had two new ones. Apparently they had moved locations within the resort building that they were in, so they had some more space and they added two rooms there. So we did both of the new ones. We did on my birthday, we did the space Cosmic Crisis, the space themed one that they added. That one was really, really good. That might objectively be the best constructed escape room I've done. I'm still really partial to the Zero Escape themed one for fairly obvious reasons, if you know me. But like it had a really fun thing where like a lot of escape rooms are sort of like there's like a handful of basic premises that most of them are based on either like, oh no, you're trapped in this place and you have to escape before like a bad thing happens, or a bad person comes back to have the bad thing happen, or like there's just some deadline of like, oh, like the bomb will go off or something, you know, because like you have like an hour long timer typically to like solve the puzzle or whatever. But the thing that was really fun and interesting about the space one, other than the fact that it had like a really interesting and higher level of like technical proficiency of like actual technology to do interesting, unique things with the puzzles than most. It also had this theme of like the only way to stop the bad thing from happening is like busting up this space station. So you basically like solve this puzzle to like get onto the space station, and then they're just like, now break everything. And it's still like in the form of solving puzzles, but there's something really novel about the fact like, good, keep breaking stuff. Uh it sounds really exciting just based on the name. It is, and for some reason that one gets a little mascot character called Hermes, who is the AI who gives you clues instead of a generic screen. Normally at these things, they'll just like have a screen where like the game master can like nudge you or give hints if needed.
Look at all this trash.
So like that was really cool. And then after we finished that one, my dad seemed so jazzed about it that even though he like has to pay for the and historically at that place we've kind of booked out the room, which is a little more expensive than just like playing the game and maybe getting shackled with randos. But like after we played that one, he was like so excited. He's like, we have time. We could do the other new one like before we like leave Vegas. And I was like, I'm an easy sell on that. Again, it's your money. I can't stress enough that if you want to do indulgent stuff with your money for me, I'm happy to do that. I think we've established that I am the leech on the family. I'm the least good sibling of the DeGamer family. This is bait for my mom. She's gonna get mad in chat, which is fair, but I maintain I'm the worst one. But like he was like really pushing for it. Like there was just something really like endearing about the fact that like when we started, like even though I know that my dad likes puzzles and I thought it was something that like both my dad and my mom would be into for like as like a group activity, like we've come from like I don't know about this to like what if we did more of them? Like just like the fact that I introduced something that like is that well liked as an activity. Um, but yeah, the other one was Time Train, which I think I mentioned to Katuyan at one point. He's like, "Oh, did you design that like for you for yourself?" And that one was not as clever, I think, as the space one, but like it still had like a lot of cool technical aspects and was a lot of fun. It all sort of culminates in this great like Egyptian theme. Like the thing is like some artifact gets lost in time and like they've tracked it to Egypt, but like for some reason to access it, you have to like plot the course it took to get there or something like that. So you have to like follow a certain sequence before you can arrive there and like find its actual location. And so you like go through all these like puzzles at various points in history, and then you have to like find Egypt, and there's like a bunch of cool stuff going on in the Egypt room in particular. Was my thought. I mean, there's a bunch of cool stuff in general, but I thought that room had like the most interesting and certainly some really novel puzzles that I hadn't seen the like of. Ooh, you got a Blizzard. That is good news, Katane. On one of those Pokemon streams I was watching, like someone was randomly like, "I got the Superman Blizzard," and I was very excited to engage with that, and like no one else cared, and I was like, "I am your target audience. Tell me about it." um, but yeah, so we did all of those, and as my mom I think pointed out earlier, we did actually succeed at all of those. We had I think we had like 2 or 3 minutes left over at the end of Cosmic Crisis. That one's tough. There's some tough elements to that one, but like legitimate difficulty, not the kind I complain about. Like some stuff that's like it takes up time, and like I feel like maybe more of the room is dedicated to like the time consuming stuff than I personally like, but I still think they did a really, really good job with it. the time frame when we had so much time left over. I like when we like finished it, the game master sort of like came in and like did a brief, debrief is kind of the standard. And like the impression I got was like it is not expected that you just like demolish the Egypt room, which we really did. Like I was just so on top of it. That was like all in my wheelhouse, and I just like steamrolled it. Uh, oh, you got the Superman Blizzard Demolition. How did you like it? That was the one the person was talking about in chat. I still haven't had it because every time I go there, if I'm getting one, they have the brownie one. It's really good. It has cookies in it. Hey, Sarah, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, you've inexplicably missed start of the stream Secret Squirtle and also recap on Vegas, which is what we've been doing so far. But while you're here, let's just show off your Squirtle, the Squirtle you made. That there's no Jurassic themed Blizzard. You know what? That really is a missed opportunity, huh? I feel like you could definitely do something with that. You found him. Was the Squirrel themed Squishmallows? It was, and that was well observed on your part, Neko. Let's see. Any other things to really note? Oh, one final note. I don't, considering how long it's been since I streamed, I feel like I'm not being too indulgent to recap just a few minutes more. I was figuring about a half hour was probably right, and here we are at 36. But unless I'm prompted, I feel like this is the last thing I really want to summarize from the trip. Most of the time since the trip has been me being just like sick or really overstimulated by like trying to catch up on all the things I didn't do when I was sick. I am remiss in not mentioning that I wanted to start recording right away because one of the things I should mention is that for my birthday, my mom went to the trouble of finding me a Nintendo Switch 2, which is very exciting. And also, yesterday I got the just freshly released Donkey Kong Bonanza, of which I've played about 2.5 hours, and it is an extremely weird game that's like maybe not my favorite, but is really good. I do wish that game had like less timed things in it. Maybe the beginning is front loaded on that. There's a whole subsection of like go in a small room and beat enemies in a very, very limited time frame, and they make me mad every single time. And there were like one or two other things I found where I was like, we could do with like less time limits, a thing that I notoriously hate in video games. But like it is really interesting. The thing I find most interesting about it so far is that it has learned some really significant lessons from both Mario Odyssey and the newer Zelda games without being entirely derivative of either, and I find that somewhat impressive. Would people still potentially find the game derivative of them? Sure. There's enough similarity I can imagine people just saying that, but I don't personally feel like that's true, at least not based on the 2.5 hours I played. Yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention was because there aren't enough like new shows in Vegas, we added some shot in the dark comedy comedy club nights. We've done it in the past. We've had a pretty good track record with them. Sometimes there's like big name people, like we've seen Steve Martin and Martin Short did like a Vegas night one of the years we went, and we've seen like David Spade and Ray Romano and Nikki Glazer, who did perform one of the worst sets I've ever seen, but definitely one of, because of the two comedy nights we did this year, because there weren't any like real names. 4th of July is a real crapshoot. Sometimes people come to town. A lot of time people just like black out the weekend, like nothing new is going on. And this year was one of those. But like one night was amazing, where like it was a packed night where they had like 5 comedians and they all ran long because like all their material was just like hitting the audience really well, and it was all really funny, and that was great. But the more interesting story to tell is the other night, which is truly one of the worst stand-up comedy nights of all time. Like it has to be. And I think I've recounted, broadly speaking, the Nikki Glazer one which was bad. Like she was making like pedophile jokes, but like not at their expense. Like it was weird, dark stuff. Like really weird, uncomfortable stuff that like no one in the audience was vibing with, and she just kept like quintupling down, and it was very bad. But this one was fantastic. So like the first guy came out with like a guitar and like gave the impression he was going to be like a musical comedian, and he absolutely wasn't. He came out and did some of like the laziest crowd work I've ever seen. He just like came out and like basically tried to pick a fight with the audience. Like he wasn't telling jokes or being funny. He was just sort of like asking people questions and then being like a little mean about it. Not like outright like insulting people necessarily, but like just kind of being a jerk. And then he kept like griping that like we weren't laughing enough, that we were a bad crowd. But it was like, you're not telling jokes, you're just saying weird stuff. And then when he like finally like took out the guitar to like start doing music, it was just racist. It was just racism. Now it was like racism against like his own ethnicity, but it wasn't funny. It was just racist. And then the second guy was the real showstopper. He told like no jokes. He had like what could very generously be described as like prop comedy. He like inflated a balloon around his crotch and then like popped it at a weird time to kind of make it supposedly a joke. The real funny thing is he kept doing these like bizarre circus tricks and then just like telling everyone to applaud. Like he did this like weird like walking handstand thing, and then like later on he like was doing a handstand on top of a basketball on top of like a suitcase he brought, and like it wasn't comedy at all. And he kept just like asking everyone to applaud. And like before he did that last trick, he just kept saying like, my wife is going to be mad, she told me not to do this and she's watching. And it's like, then don't do. None of us want you to do this. None of us is telling you to do this. I can't be clear enough that this isn't funny, it's not good, and none of us want this. We paid money and we're all disappointed. Just wrap it up, please. And then, like, to his credit, the third of the three comedians on that night was at least a comedian, but boy, he was like a C- at best, and like that was the best showing of the evening. It was incredible. I mean, it was very memorable. It was not very good, but it was very interesting to have that memory to have and to hold and to share with you. And with all of that talking out of the way,
Yikes forever.
why don't we play some Old Skies, huh? Is anyone ready for this? I'm gonna be really confused at the end of the stream when I don't have Squirtles to show. It's fine. It also means I'm going to have to like tag the chapters differently. Okay. So it's been a few weeks. Where are we at in Old Skies? Well,
Forever.
as a reminder, Old Skies is a Wadjet produced and created adventure game. It is about Fia Quinn. Fia Quinn, who is a time travel agent for a company called Chronozen. They seem to be a second-party government agency. Their job is for wealthy people to pay the agency money, and then she takes them on what I would largely describe as time tourism trips, where she supervises them to like look at the past and not touch. It always goes wrong. Everyone always lies. It's like the show House MD. So I don't know. The various missions that she goes on in time are largely self-contained. There is this sort of building narrative of her. I feel like she's becoming disillusioned with her lifestyle of being like completely detached from history itself by the nature of her job, where like she does these things, and because time travel exists, like everything is always different. Like her favorite restaurant is here today, gone tomorrow, and that kind of thing. But like during one of her missions, she like accidentally, well, not exactly accidentally, like in the course of trying to do something else, she saved a little girl's life, and then that girl sort of grew up to be a famous artist who didn't exist before, and she like painted Fia as like an angel, and it somehow that like really struck a chord with her, and she started becoming like obsessed with the art piece. But like now, like the last couple of trips,
Right
the last couple of trips have sort of put that history in jeopardy, and now she's like really like upset about it, and like it feels like she's on the verge of like doing something irresponsible, and I don't know what. But in terms of like where we're actually at now, we just wrapped up one case and started a new one where the like grandson or something, the distant relative of an author who was famous in like I think the 80s and early 90s, want us to find out what happened to the author, because he vanished under mysterious circumstances on the 4th of July weekend in like 1994 or something. Is it just his son? That might be true. That might be true. But yeah, like that's pretty much it. We kind of just got that basic rundown and then we saved because I didn't want to start getting into that before the trip, and I'm really glad because I wouldn't remember anything. So I'm going to say that that's the recap, and now we're going to hit the continue button. Yeah, I mean, like, if it's just the son, like, I think he is older, which is why it's possible, because I swear every time we come back to the present, it's like 4 years further in the future than I remember it being. Like, I really thought when we started that all our, like, present-day notes were from, like, the early 2050s, and, like, now we definitely have stuff from, like, 2063, and it's like, okay, I can't be bothered to keep track. Have no idea why I didn't think of it sooner. Maybe... Okay, I'll give you this possible explanation. I think there was some reason that he was in the news before we left. Maybe the son like just got the inheritance or something. No, wait, no, it was like some anniversary, right? It was like some big anniversary of his book or the disappearance or something. He's also like 4 months old in the current when. Yeah, I think that's true. Just hide more Squirtles. I sometimes I feel like I need more Squirtles, and then I remember how many stuffed animals I have and how I don't really have them stored or organized, and how I really dread this fall when I really need to like turn this room into something like legitimate and intentional, and I don't really know how to do that. Her outfit changes based on the chapter. Yes, on the home screen. If it like, if you have like a save like mid mission, her outfit changes to whatever like the current mission's like contemporary day outfit is. It's a good touch. I do appreciate that. I noticed that like halfway through playing the game, I think, for the first time. Okay, now I was talking for a really long time and none of that sounded true at all. Bump in chat anything you need me to see that I didn't already respond to, okay? Now I'm going to start playing this game for real. So we just showed up here. This is our landing site. We have this piece of paper. So that's the artist. Oh, God. I've been playing a lot of Blueprints on stream, and I've been playing a lot of Cube Escape off stream. And so now I look at a clock, I'm like, I should write that down. I should write that time down. But yeah, so like he was at a book signing. Let's just, you know what? I'll read this real quick. I hate to do it, but I should. Months after the enigmatic disappearance of famed thriller and horror novelist Otis Knox, the literary world and fans are left grappling with unanswered questions. Knox, known for his chilling narratives, vanished on the night of July 4th, 1993. I'm sorry, I thought it was 94. It's 93. During the Independence Day fireworks on Coney Island, as per reports from his wife. Despite extensive searches and public appeals, no trace of Knox has been found. The case has sparked wild speculation and theories among his readers, with some suggesting life imitating art. Authorities continue to investigate, but as time passes, hope fades, leaving a void in the hearts of those who admired his work. The last confirmed sightings of Knox were by local shop owner on Coney Island Boardwalk and one of his longtime neighbors. Both individuals who asked to remain anonymous to protect their privacy spoke fondly of Knox. He was a friendly man, always polite, always respectful, said the neighbor. It's easy to forget he was such a celebrity. Despite their familiarity with the author, neither witnessed anything unusual on that fateful night. Oh, I'm about to change that. I'm going to make it real weird. Also, I'm going to say the word clustermate like 80 times. While Knox's whereabouts and status may be in question, his legacy is very much not. Over the years, he won numerous prestigious awards for his bone-chilling works, including the Bram Stoker Award for Midnight's Lament in 1981, and the World Fantasy Award for The Vanishing Pier in 1984. Wait, I think I missed this detail last time. Like, the last No, 1984. Okay. Still, the fact that he wrote a book that's literally called The Vanishing Pier, that is a little on the nose. But which letter is missing? Quiet, you. That's tomorrow's problem. Maybe. I don't know. I'm really concerned about getting back into blueprints after 3 weeks. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, also, someone had mentioned when I talked about the Star Trek escape room that the new season of Strange New Worlds just started. I didn't realize at first that there were 2 episodes. I've only watched one of them. It was really good. It seems to support the theory I had at the end of last season about one of the characters dying, but we'll get to that later. Not here. We're probably not going to talk about Star Trek spoilers for various reasons, but the show will eventually determine whether or not that thing happens. Okay, we're even to go. How does this game work?
Duffy used to take nostalgia tourists here, didn't he?
All the time. Ever since the park was sold to Seagram Corps. It's a pretty popular request.
He always did manage to snag the
Seagram
truce
Corps is my
assignments.
favorite type
Perks of
of
seniority.
electronic music.
Were you upset about that? I never realized.
Oh no, I never held it against him. It's just ironic that the first time I get a job here, it's all closed down.
Probably for the best.
I know. Distractions. Speaking of,
Right. Standing by.
I like that one of these stalls has French fries in quotes. I don't know what that means, but I'm a little concerned about it. Not to be a Joe, but no spoilers. It's fine. As I said, I don't really intend to talk about spoilers. And the thing I was talking about is a theory that, like, I'm just saying that a thing happened that maybe supports my theory, but it's not like a character, like, definitely died and I called it or something like that. I'm just sort of like, I'm picking up clues that I think something is going on. Outfit's really cool at this angle. It's very, like, stylish. It feels like for early 90s, it's a little edgy, but, like, I like it. I'm down. This game has pretty good animations. I wouldn't put them quite on the same par as Rosewater animations. I was really enamored with those. Also, I continue... The more time passes, the more I appreciate that if nothing else, we got look at all this trash from Rosewater. Because, like, now I just, like, I genuinely do think about that in my daily life and, like, wish I could convey that without confusing people around me. Okay, I can only go to where I came from and Boardwalk Books, so why don't we call them Poplars?
there it is. Boardwalk Books. Nozzo, how long until that book signing?
Maybe 10 minutes?
It's completely closed and there's a book signing in 10 minutes? That feels odd, doesn't it?
The place looks empty. I thought Otis Knox was a popular writer.
Sarah says I often quote our sounds with no context. I do that sometimes too, but it does confuse those around me. I have to say, something I want to do is I want, like, there was so much Sam and Max to get through last year, and, like, so with all the move and everything going on, there was just, like, not a lot of extra time to, like, pull all the sound bites I wanted. But now I kind of don't remember what all of them were. I have notes on, like, one that came, like, relatively late in the Telltale years. But, like, if anyone wants to go back and, like, look at those videos or something to, like, figure out what we wanted from there, I almost want to take, like, a day off from work and just try and, like, speed run through them and get some good clips from them. Like, I feel like we need more Sam and Max representation. Now, no one is obliged, but if anyone is interested in doing that, I would appreciate it.
He was. Either way, there's a timestamp. Otis should arrive any minute.
Is this going to be like a Back to the Future thing where he's like a nerd and a pervert or something and we have to fix it?
Find someplace to wait and be unobtrusive.
The interior is too dark to make anything out. I mean, I feel like you'd be able to tell something. Let me just break into the
Nobody's
bookstore.
answering.
That's unobtrusive, right? See, also all the stuff you do for Cheryl's new book release soon. I don't have any concept of what work you've been doing, but I assume without question that you've been doing. Oh, look, there. This is adventure gaming. This is pod racing. we're given the instruction, find like an unobtrusive spot, and there's, if you pixel hunt, there's literally an unobtrusive leading spot. That's my speed. That's my bag,
Exactly,
baby. That's not
yes.
the space that I clicked on at all, to be fair.
Just wait a bit. He's got to show up any minute now.
All right.
Is the whole thing somehow a conspiracy?
Somewhat effective!
That felt very well timed. It is somewhat effective. Loudly do I wonder when the author will show up.
Nothing yet.
He'll be there.
Are you sure?
Do you remember the time there was really loud thunder, like right next to me, like 3 times in a row, and then it's been silent?
Yes, just be patient.
All right. Are you sure this is the right place?
You're being extremely impatient. Like, there's impatient, and then there's whatever this
According
is.
to the historical record and the photograph in your hands, yes. Just wait.
Are we finally going to find the evil leaper? The person who puts wrong what once went right?
Nozzo, it's past 8 o'clock.
I know.
No book signing event has started.
I know.
Sir?
Is it I was just talking to someone about this. I think it was in a work call too, weirdly. But like, are we sure it's not like a chain and that we went to the wrong location? Cause like, that happened at like a friend of mine's like
Sir?
bachelor party or something. Like, I remember a while ago, like someone was like throwing a party at a bar and like someone went to like the wrong town. And they're like, I'm at this bar and I don't see any of the people I recognize. And they're like,
Sir?
Are you in Burbank? And they're like, no, I'm in like Silver Lake. And they're like, well, that's your problem.
Okay, maybe there's no book signing, but there's still the timestamp on the photo.
Okay, yeah, but that doesn't help us if he's not here at the
Sure.
time in the photo.
Just wait a bit. He's got to show up any minute now.
Sir?
This is pretty good use of Sir, I think.
Oh, there he is.
Why is that guy so big? Look at that guy. What is he? What's that guy? Is he one of the aliens from Space Jam? It's almost the right year for that. Why does he look like that? Am I
you
crazy? He
sure?
seems
He
gigantic.
doesn't look much like his photo.
It's him. Who else could it be?
As Demolition says, Hank Hill,
I think we
maybe?
should confirm.
How?
I don't know. Maybe by talking to him?
Oh my
You should just loudly shout over your shoulder like, hey, Otis Knox! But then like look away like you weren't the one to do it. See if he turns his head.
No. Remember his ranking? You can't engage.
We need to be positive, don't we? What will the brass say if I spend the whole night telling the wrong man? What will the client say?
Okay, for super serious question. Now I know that like because of the spoiled milk syndrome or whatever, that like if you get close to your own ancestor, you like vomit and die or whatever. It came up on an earlier mission. Among other things, like the importance rating of this guy, like we're not supposed to like mess with his history. Like I get that the family member's like not supposed to be here, but we've made it clear from past cases that like it's possible to like
call me dummy thick.
literally observe the time frame that we're in from the future lab. Like, couldn't that guy like come in and be like, yeah, that's what my dad looked like in 1993 or something?
Go ahead. Just, well, you know, be
Look
careful.
at all this trash.
Excuse me.
Why are you like that?
Sorry to bother you, but could I have your autograph?
My autograph? Why?
Aren't you Otis Knox?
I wish.
I'm Otis Knox.
I just sell his books. I don't write them.
Oh, I see. You own this bookshop.
That I do, but we're closed.
You're closed.
Yeah, because it's the 4th of July. I'm sure some of the major chains are open, but not me. Sorry.
Interesting that he's like standing outside of his own closed shop to tell people that it's closed. Like at that rate, maybe just be open, but like, I don't know, it's just like a weird way to spend your time on your day off, I guess.
Oh, darn.
You know what? I'm dying to ask.
Why are you here if the shop is closed?
Because I live here, I got a living area in the back.
All right.
What's with the personal questions? I just came out to watch the fireworks.
Isn't there supposed to be a book signing event today?
Today? On the 4th of July? Of course not.
Really? Because I thought... Never mind.
I appreciate that Sarah hasn't been able to make it to many streams in the past few months, and I appreciate that she's just using all of the sound effects to make up for it. Show him the photo? That seems like an insane thing to do. Which does seem like it's in my wheelhouse as Fia Quinn, worst time traveler.
This photo, do you recognize this shop?
Take a look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Well, we're excited to have you back, Sarah. I hope you're doing all right.
Looks like mine. Why?
Could it be another shop, perhaps? One that just looks like yours?
Nope, definitely mine. That clock on the wall belonged to my uncle. Had it for years.
Giraffe.
How is it that, like, our temporal research is always so busted? Like, we never go into one of these cases having any idea what's going on. It's literally history. It's the past. We have the means to know these things.
When was this taken, anyway?
Today? Like, 2 minutes from now?
There is some confusion about that.
All right, shouldn't have asked. I just want to watch the fireworks.
Shouldn't have asked. This feels like a weird response to that.
Do you know anything about Otis Knox?
Only through his books. I'm a fan, but who isn't? His books fly off the shelves faster than I can put them on.
They're all cursed, you see. They're magical books.
You don't know anything else?
What a question. His personal life is none of my business.
No news articles. We literally have a news article and somehow it's wrong, which I guess is supposed to be the point this time. But to me, it sort of undercuts the impact of that being like an important and integral part of this particular case when it seems like the same thing happens every time we go to the past. This man has never heard of Otis Knox. I mean, honestly, we kind of came close to that in the last case where, like, a woman that, like, we brought back to the past was put in jail, and then we, like, jumped ahead to when she was supposed to be released, and everyone's like, she doesn't exist. And we're like, what does that mean?
Sorry, I'll leave you alone.
But it does feel like we're veering dangerously close to, like, it's a tragedy, that's all it is. Hey, Alcadius, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I'm here now, so here's a joke. What did the grape say when he was stepped on? Nothing, he just let out a whine. That's a good one. That's a good one. Very good, Alcadius. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Thanks. We'll be open tomorrow if you want anything.
July 5th books? That sounds terrible. I wouldn't read that garbage. Look at all that trash. Well, guess I'll go home.
Blast it.
This is what happens when Kelly Clarkson cancels her concert. Try saying that 5 times fast.
How is this possible?
I have no idea.
Okay, on the one hand, I respect that this game has definitely found a, like, completely different type of story to tell with each of these missions. On the other hand, I do feel like this game lacks a sense that we know what we're doing and are capable of our jobs. Like, it just feels like everything is immediately off the rails every time, and, like, some pedantic part of me really hates that. Like, it makes for exciting storytelling, but also it kind of just makes our characters seem awful. Vaguely related note, I saw what seemed to be like a really early review of the upcoming Somnium Files game, and I didn't read it in depth because I didn't want any spoilers, but I looked at the TLDR. They gave it like a 5 out of 10, and they were like, I don't know, man. It's a visual novel if you want that. Which I thought was really funny. It makes it really hard for me to gauge that against like any other Somnium Files game. Yeah. Yeah.
Otis Knox's history couldn't have changed. We'd know.
Well, you say that, but I don't believe you.
High-ranked person like him, alarms would go off in every branch on the planet.
So what should we do? Scrub the mission?
No, we're not licked yet. According to all reports, Otis went missing during the fireworks.
Well, In order for that to be relevant information, we'd still have to know where he was, right?
Those aren't due to start for another hour or so. We still have time. I got the Knox's home address from Nathan. Maybe he's home? If he is, standard protocols apply.
Got it. Shoot first, ask questions later.
I know. Keep my distance. Don't engage, etc.
Wouldn't the photo be changing, though? Somewhat unclear. The mood in the Colosseum is somewhat unsettled. So I really have been playing and watching a lot of Pokemon Battle Revolution. I really enjoy this element of Twitch Plays Pokemon. I guess I'll go to their house now.
All the windows are dark. I don't think anyone's home.
Well, there's a woman right there. I know I give you some crap about being bad at your job, but I do want to point out that lady is there. I can see her.
Knock on the door. If anyone answers, just say you've got the wrong house.
This
Hi,
just seems like a
excuse
more
me.
reasonable way to start.
Yes? You need help?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm Evelyn.
I'm not.
That's a lovely garden.
It's a lovely garden.
Maybe not yet, but I'm working on it.
Are those lupines?
Hey, here's fun theory crafting. You think that we're going to open up a time tunnel to the future and see a nicer garden for some reason?
Common mistake. Delphiniums. Not easy to grow near the water, but I have my ways.
What does that mean? Is it drugs? Oh no, it's clearly Brondo. It has the electrolytes that plants crave.
You have ways, do you?
I am so off script, but I feel like that is completely in character for my character.
Ways I'm not sharing. I can tell you, but I'll have to kill you.
So she's responsible for Otis Knox's death.
She's even stronger than my mom.
Very well played.
Oh, is that all?
Huh?
Sorry. Never mind. Does Otis Knox live here?
You obviously know that already, or you wouldn't be here.
Touché. Perhaps now I shall be the one to kill you.
Just to warn you, he keeps his address unlisted for a reason.
Oh, it's not like that.
Hey, you're on his property, not mine.
If you were on my property, I'd have to kill you. I can't stress enough that I will kill you.
If he can't keep his fans in check, then that's on him.
Don't say Nathan sent me. He's like 4 or whatever.
I'm not a fan.
That's what they all say.
No, you don't understand. I'm a crazy person who hates
I
his
don't
books and
know
wants to kill him.
Bartown. I'm here on behalf of Nathan.
Nathan, isn't he abroad for the summer?
No, he's a small boy, not a broad.
Spain or something?
Yes. He sent me to check on his father.
That's suspicious.
Skirting the edge of truth there, Fia. Well done. Shh.
Good kid.
So, is Mr. Knox all right?
As far as I know, Otis and Marla are doing fine. I assume they're out finding a spot to watch the fireworks.
Key to the house. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what grim world we live in where it's like, I'm a complete stranger. Would you help me break into your celebrity neighbor's house and maybe do crimes? I don't know. You don't know me from Adam.
Do you know where that spot might be?
I assume out on the boardwalk. Or maybe the beach.
So there's this listen, pre-2001. You're not wrong, but I think even back then that was a bridge too far.
That's over 3 miles long.
Yeah, I know. Not much help, huh?
I might have to kill you.
Sorry. I'm sure they're fine. Come back tomorrow if you really want to be sure.
No, for some reason that I won't tell you, it's really important that it happened tonight.
That's... Sure. Tomorrow. You're not watching the fireworks yourself?
No, not really my thing. I'm happy here, and these flowers won't unpot themselves.
You wouldn't happen to have a spare key to their house, would you?
This is such an unhinged question to ask.
Why do you ask?
As I said, Nathan asked me to check in.
You don't have a key of your own?
Unfortunately not.
Well, I wish I could help, but I don't have a key either. Sorry.
Would there be a different answer to that question if I killed you?
I'll leave you alone now.
See you around.
Okay, hold on. We gotta name... when we talked to her, but it wasn't Evelyn, because Evelyn's the wife. What was the thing we got? Whatever, let's just do some searches real quick. Time Google. Alright, Otis Knox. Lifetime range, February 14th, 1940. Ooh, he's a love baby. Sort of. Until unknown, presumed dead. Employment history, 1975 to 1993. Author, cause of death unknown. Known residences, redacted. Known cluster mates, Marla Knox. Known children, Nathan Knox. Accomplishments of note, several awards, kind of already touched on those. Super important guy. Obituary in absentia. It's probably a thing that happens a lot, but I don't think I've ever heard it called that before. Months after the enigmatic disappearance of famed thriller and horror novelist Otis Knox, the literary world and fans are left grappling with unanswered questions. Knox, known for his chilling narratives, vanished on the night of July 4th, 1993, during the Independence Day fireworks. As per reports from his wife, despite extensive searches and public appeals, no trace of Knox has been found. The case has sparked wild speculation and theories. This is literally the same thing from that news article, huh? Bibliography. This has to be a clue to something later. This feels like a really specific resource. What was the year of the Vanishing Pier? 1983. I guess that's all the TV there is. How about Evelyn Knox? His wife does not exist. DNA. Shoot the neighbor?
I don't see how that would be useful.
She knows too much, or maybe not enough. Either way, I'd like to shoot her. For some reason, I'm going to save. Knock anyway?
Nobody's home, Nos.
Blast it. None of this makes any sense. How could the archive be completely wrong? That photograph is part of the historical record. We're both holding copies of it right now. It's showing no signs of chrono shifting, at least not on my end.
Same here. It's solid as a rock.
There's something we're missing. Let me think.
Yeah,
Stand
Otis
by.
Knox. Are you not paying attention?
Nozzo?
Yeah,
You
Fia.
get, like, different dialogue by trying to actually talk to him? Where's the nearest F train? That's quite the question. I think if you take the F train, you don't need a map to get to Bone Town. Am I right about that?
Have you read any of Otis Knox's books?
Yes, all of them.
So you're a fan?
Not especially.
No, I hate his garbage. I'm a crazy person who wants to kill him because I hate his books so
But
much.
thanks to Otis's high ranking, his books are guaranteed not to chrono shift while I'm reading them.
You know what? That's so fair.
That's as good a reason as any.
That if I had his job, I feel like that's 100% a thing I would do. I have definitely like watched a bunch of TV shows I don't like at all for like cultural relevance reasons, which is not very dissimilar from what was described.
I admit, Nos, I'm at a bit of a loss.
History doesn't lie. It can only be misread. That article I sent you proves Otis Knox was at the bookshop.
It doesn't exactly, does it? It proves that someone wrote that. Again, a conspiracy?
Are you absolutely sure about that?
If you see anything in the article that says otherwise, let me know.
Ah, crap. That sounds
The
unpleasant.
F train runs through here, doesn't it? Even in this way.
Yeah, it does.
Why do you ask?
No reason.
The F train goes to the NYU area, doesn't it?
Oh, snap.
Does it?
You want to go to the Nash family storage unit, don't you?
Maybe.
I never said that. You did.
The fire doesn't happen for 30 years. What would you even do when you got there?
Nothing?
I was just wondering. I'm not gonna do it, Nos. Don't worry. I'm focusing on the job, like always.
In the F train, am I right? Don't leave me hanging several decades in the past. Okay.
Good. Then I'll say nothing more about it.
I admit, Nos, I'm at a bit of a loss.
History.
I don't need a map to get to Bone Town.
That's
Alright, yeah, it seems like he wants me to look at the article, and that sounds
Shall we take
unpleasant.
another look?
It's not shifting, but sure.
A photo of Otis Knox.
Could this timestamp be wrong?
Maybe, but it matches the time on the clock. Why would both of them be wrong?
Alternate history? Seems weird to doctor it, especially back then. European date? Oh, that could be. What's the source of this article? Is there something here that makes it... Well, it does say mystery on the 4th, though, doesn't it? I mean, it's possible, but it would still mean that whoever wrote the article, like, misinterpreted the information too, right?
The article's text seems to match the known history, from the little I know of it.
Nathan confirms it. He's protected from chrono shifts as long as he remains here, so he'd know if it changed.
OtisKnoxFanClub.com. This is where the photo came from.
Yes. It was one of the first fan sites of the early internet. Whoever owned the site must have taken the photo.
You don't know that.
So they took a photo of a book signing event that never happened.
Right. This doesn't smell right.
Can you look up who owned the site?
One way to find out. Checking the domain history.
He's on GoDaddy.com right now.
Registered in February of 1993. Elapsed in 1996. Owned by... Adam Cole?
Does that name mean something to you?
Oh, yes. A year after Otis Knox went missing, his wife took another clustermate. Husband.
Okay. Can I be mad for a minute? We have repeatedly traveled into the past and said to people of the time periods clustermate, which is... It's negligent in our job because it highlights the fact that we're a weird future person who doesn't belong. He is talking to us basically on a radio from the future. It's fine if he says clustermate because he's not talking to people from the time period. But he's the only one who corrects himself. Also, yeah, it's like a really dramatic plot point or something. It's really confusing. Like the wife offed him for insurance money or something. I don't know, it's weird.
The man's name was Adam Cole.
That can hardly be a coincidence, can it?
No, it most definitely cannot.
Oh, cool. Let's look up, let's time Google Adam Cole. Feels weird to me that this isn't where the search button is. I feel like I repeatedly go and hover over this and it's not ever correct. Died at age 80 in 2031. He was a construction engineer. He married Marla. Nathan is his stepchild. He lived at 2002 Mermaid Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. And is not important. Okay, we're just gonna go to his house. I really hope Amame Doi lives at 2002 Mermaid Avenue. Also, do you like how we have an hour, but we're gonna go all the way
lives here, not so.
to the Bronx and back probably multiple times?
Did the archive get it wrong again?
The archive is never wrong. It's just data. You just have to know how to read it. That address is registered in his name. It doesn't necessarily mean he lives there.
I suppose that makes sense.
See? The archive is fine.
Getting a little defensive about the archive, buddy.
Something weird is definitely going on, but the archive is fine.
It's just a little slimy. It's still good.
Okay, it's fine. Didn't mean to touch a nerve.
It's fine. We'll live forever. Guess we'll knife our way inside.
Locked.
Alright, I have like a... This thing is called a multi-tool, and I think the only thing we've ever used it to do is unlock doors. Am I wrong? Did we ever do anything else with it? At that point, it might as well just be a lockpick set, right? Nothing suspicious about this place. Look at all this trash.
There was a photograph in the trash.
That's weird. Of all the people in this photo to be crossed out, how is it the woman? I don't see like a sonic screwdriver, but the sonic screwdriver occasionally does some like actual sci-fi stuff. Even though a lot of the times it is also just unlocking things.
That's definitely Otis Knox.
And that boy looks like a young Nathan.
And the one scratched over. Nozzo, is that Marla?
There's something very odd about that to me.
We can't assume anything, but most likely.
Right. I admit, my knowledge of grunge-era courtship rituals is a bit rusty, but scratching out the face of a person in a photograph, typically that means you hate that person, correct?
She's got a little something on her face. Yeah, it could just be that.
That's the tradition, yeah.
And this Adam Cole person, he later clusters with Marla Knox, also correct?
Again, yeah.
So why did he scratch out her face?
I have no idea, but I prefer not to speculate until we know more.
Well, I mean, we don't have very much time. Some amount of speculation may be required. Incidentally, does anyone see, like, just to the right of the doorway from the way that we're looking at it? There's definitely, like, something on, like, a nail. For some reason, to me, it just looks like a human ear. Does it strike anyone else like that's like a human ear that someone just, like, hung by the door with care?
Understood. I'll keep digging.
Thanks, Fia. I'll be here.
Not just me? Okay, good. So they can hear you better. I mean, that definitely seems like something that, like, a witch in an old fairy tale would have, is, like, an ear by the door that they cast a spell on so that they can hear through the ear through a spell or some bizarre thing. That doesn't look like a key to me. It definitely didn't look like that key, I'll tell you what. I mean, would it be a watch that I gave if we didn't have, like, a busted old CRT computer to, like, solve puzzles on? We've already done it at least once before. Book signing on Orge. Book signing new. Trivia. Okay, fine. We'll do trivia. What is... Wait. No, okay. A PFP is, like, the thing that we wear on our wrist to, like, prevent paradoxes so we don't cease to exist while we're, like, changing the timeline. Why would this CRT computer have trivia about that? I mean, it's one... It was discovered in 2041. I want to say the quansonic particle is the thing that most sounds like something I read about like 9 weeks ago. What is the criteria for a landing point? I do know it has to be open to the sky, and it shouldn't have observers. I don't know if 3 is... It's got to be 4, because I know 1 and 2 are correct. It was formed in 2052. I believe that's Chrono's End, because somehow up until that point there was no regulation of time travel, and somehow humanity didn't cease to exist. What began in 2047? I want to say government intervention. Irresponsible use? That's a really funny option. Restoring order? It could be restoring order. I mean, that's roughly around... I don't remember without looking up the stuff in our, like, resource packet again or whatever. Like, the exact dates of these things. But that sounds like that's roughly around the time of, like... I think it's government intervention. It might be 2, but they're kind of similar. Welcome, Adam Cole. Select Open Sesame to continue. So remember that time I was making a Quantum Leap joke about the evil leaper who appears in like 3 episodes or something, 2 or 3 episodes, who Sam Beckett is the main character of Quantum Leap. He's a time traveler. He like exchanges consciousnesses with other people, which I'm only just now is realizing is extremely Zero Escape. But that's how he time travels, is he like takes his future conscious and puts it in a past person. And his whole mission statement is to put right what once went wrong, and every time he does that, he gets like closer to being brought back to the present after the weird thing he did to himself. You should watch. It's a good show. But there is like a story arc where he finds an evil leaper whose mission statement is the opposite, to put wrong what once went right. And I was joking about that, but if this guy has a bunch of time travel trivia, which amazingly we appear to have answered in one shot, considering I haven't looked at those documents since like week 1 or something. Dude is from the future for sure.
What the? How? Nozzo, did you see that?
What is it?
The answers on this quiz. It's based on history. Our history.
Congrats on the achievement, probably. Surprisingly, no achievement for that. Not even for like doing it at all, let alone doing it in one try. Even though this game is like full of like do it in one try achievements.
Things that nobody of this when should ever know about.
That's impossible.
I know, but it happened. Could this Adam Cole be a time traveler?
It was never supposed to happen, and for 5,000 years it didn't.
Absolutely not. We'd know. At least, I assume we'd know.
There's nothing wrong with the archives.
I have no idea. It's above our pay grade either way. Just focus on the job for now. I'll file a report for the brass once we're done.
Yeah, and then you get disappeared by the shadow government. Cool. Alright, well now I have access to that, but I should probably also compare the book signing original and new. I'm guessing these are the photo though, right? The original was at like Christmas time? There's like a wreath and some stars and stuff? And snow? Wow, this looks real bad.
Are you seeing this, Noz? This photo's been digitally manipulated. This is the original, taken during the winter holiday. And this one has been altered to look like it was taken today.
I mean, again, this altar looks really comically rough. My favorite bit is that he photoshopped pockets onto the front of the jacket so he could get rid of the vest that was there.
I see it. That's a relief.
Is it?
A relief?
That the archive wasn't compromised. It was just this Adam Cole guy playing a trick.
In what way is this a relief to you?
But why? Why bother?
I hope he's here to kill us. That would certainly be interesting. And I do agree that, like, if he's like a time traveler, it makes more sense that his motives are weirdly convoluted or whatever. But, like, it's still unclear at this moment what, like, it's a weird thing to do in general and a weird amount of trouble to, like, ruin a woman's life by marrying her. It's very odd.
I have no idea. We still have time until the fireworks. Keep looking around.
Yeah, okay, but like, were you not paying attention? Because I don't know that the fireworks are super... well, whatever. Motion sensitive scanner. A note above it reads, present light.
Scanning my hand did nothing.
Scan my gun.
Scanning that did nothing.
Scan my future tool.
Scanning that did nothing.
Scan this key inexplicably.
Scanning that did nothing.
Scan... I can't scan that.
I don't need to mess with...
Scan some US dollars? I like that it lets me.
Scanning that did nothing.
Trash bin. I mean,
There's
the trash bin
nothing
gave
else.
us the photo. Apparently that's all that's in there. Maybe it says present light. It's definitely possible. I had considered that, but I don't have anything that I would consider a present light. So we're done here?
No say.
Yep.
Is it just me, or do those trivia questions on Adam Cole's computer seem strange?
Strange as in they are asking questions about things that shouldn't exist yet?
Exactly.
Let's not jump to any conclusions. The protocols are clear on this stuff.
Protocols are clear on if there is a temporal conspiracy, we should ignore it.
It's on the field manual if you need a refresher.
I will keep that in mind.
Oh god, that sounds
I'll leave-
tedious. Don't make me read the... oh, fine. Where do I even... is it in the menu? Where did I find this to begin with? Oh no, it's where the search button should go. The heck? None of this seems pertinent to what he described as I would care about it. You're 2064. Someone remember that. I won't. None of this seems relevant, yet it's pointing at that being... I'm just gonna go outside. I should show this photo to the neighbor. Then she definitely won't think I'm a crazed person trying to kill her neighbor. And then she'll give me the key that I... Do you think Adam Cole's key gets into the house? That would be stupid. And now I'm thinking that's definitely true. Still gonna show her... No, I can't, because I can't pick it up. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just go in their house now.
Oh, so you found the key after all?
Yeah, I found it at another crazed fan's house.
Yes.
Don't worry about
Well,
it.
don't let me keep you.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Let me find a present light or a light that's a gift.
That is one well-stocked first aid kit. Syringes, gauze, slings, all sorts of medicines. Is this normal, Nozzo?
They have Metagel?
For most people, no. But Marla Knox worked as a nurse for most of her life. Old habits die hard.
With a vengeance? A landline telephone, or as it's known in this one, a telephone.
This scrapbook looks recently leafed through.
It's weirdly smudged. Hotel? Comment? Receipt for rent. Date something 14th for one day.
Taken on this page. Shame about all the water damage. I wonder why they kept it.
This is clearly not background.
That's the owner of Boardwalk Books, or a younger version of him at least. And the woman with him, is that Marla Knox?
It matches the archive photos, so I'm going to assume yes.
Okay, now when we talked to that man, he said that he did not personally know Otis Knox, right? But like, if he personally knows the wife and is in the book industry, that seems odd, right? Like, you would think that if he was friends with the wife of a famous author, that he would have met him in some social setting at some point. You think this guy's Adam Cole? The whole thing is a ruse? Did we get his name? I don't think we did, but I might be not remembering. It's just... What's the cheat button? Oh, trash bin, of course.
The bin
Trash
appears to be
bin.
empty.
Oh, just kidding. Oh, drawer. This stuff is weird. Like, I'm into this. This kind of, like... I am a big fan of, like, a spook and a mystery where it's just, like, the clues are just creepy. And, like, when you have context, it, like, makes very clear sense. But without context, it's just, like, unnerving and upsetting. Just, like, why are there multiple photos of his wife and nothing else in this drawer?
There are 2 identical photographs here, so I doubt they'll miss the one.
That's such a... Don't tell me that exists solely so that we, the adventure game protagonists, have an excuse to take the photo. Like, I should be willing to take anything. I am an adventure game protagonist.
I've already taken one of these photos. I shouldn't push my luck.
I like the implication that I want both photos, but I'll only take one. Because I'm definitely not a creeper. So what would I do with a photo of Marla Knox? I mean, take it back to the guy who's probably Adam Cole and call him on it? Scrapbook thing is weird. I feel like I'm gonna have to come back here with some other piece of evidence and Phoenix Wright prove that I understand the connection between them.
Perhaps another...
Put her face
Hello
on the
again.
scribble picture.
Yes?
It might let me do that. I don't know what that would accomplish, but it might.
Is this a photo of Otis Knox and his family?
Oh, sick. It's letting me show her that thing I wanted to show her that makes me seem insane.
That's them, sure enough. But why did you scribble out Marla like that?
I spilled coffee on it. Anyway.
Oh, it wasn't me. But you're sure that's Marla?
I'd recognize that necklace anywhere. But who did that to her picture? They ought to be ashamed.
It's the Scribbler. It's the least menacing member of Batman's Rogues Gallery. But like, man, he sure is a vandal, huh? What a guy.
I have no idea.
Can't imagine why anyone would do such a thing to her. She's the light of the neighborhood.
Did you say Marla was the light of the neighborhood?
That's what Otis calls her anyway. Guess it caught on. But I can't deny it's true. Always smiling, waving, helping everyone who needs helping.
The light of the neighborhood. You're right. That's a good call. I still want to just show this random photo of that guy, though.
You'd think she'd be more private being married to someone so famous. I'm more private than she is.
Stop talking about that lady's privates, you weirdo. Yeah, the fact that, like, I can keep asking her
I'll
about
leave
that
you
is
alone.
definitely an indication that that's what the game wants me to take away from that. Can I... can I,
If there was a reason...
No, the game will not allow me to repair the photo, Sarah, unfortunately. Why is Otis Otis? Now that sounds almost like an Alcadius setup for a pun, but I'm not sure I fully understand the question. I'm still doing this. Just cause I can.
I don't see how that would...
Guess I can't do the other one, huh? She said Otis. Oh, you mean it was in all caps. I see. I see what you mean. I did not notice that. Maybe just speak to him. Nah, I've already clicked on this other place. I'll go back later when I have more evidence and I can shoot him or something. Dr. Hikari or whatever.
Huh. So the key to this scanner lock was Marla.
So she was scribbled out of that drawing so it couldn't be used to open the scanner? Maybe? But that's like an insanely next level paranoia if true. Because it presupposes that he assumes someone will eventually end up in this situation with knowledge of the future enough to pass the trivia quiz, and that they like wouldn't have that photo on them or whatever.
That explains why her face was scratched out in that photo you found.
All right, that's the game thinks that I found the correct takeaway, but I feel like that is unhinged.
Probably to prevent anyone else from using it.
But yeah, if you tuned out for a minute, we like messed around on this guy's computer, this guy who like married Marla Cole after the guy disappeared, and he had like a quiz about future history, and it like opened up this panel that then in turn opened up whatever this is.
Nozzo, what are you doing?
What? What's going on?
Never mind, it's gone now.
Oh, no, don't never mind that. That seems important. If there's something going wrong with the future communication while we're like stalking someone from the future, we should be taking that seriously. That's an actual problem.
What happened?
I felt the time stream. It was faint, but it was there.
What do you mean felt? I don't think we have any context for what that means.
Did you open a portal?
No. And even if I wanted to, you know you have to be outdoors for it to work.
I don't like that.
Right. Of course.
No. We need to take this seriously, gang.
I've just been working too hard. Must be.
No, someone opened a time portal and it's bad. Love the mood set. No, I agree. This is very effective. I'm like sounding like I'm actually upset about it, but like in reality, this is very much in line with what I was saying before of like, the evidence seems like mild, and then it's bad.
I'll keep monitoring Fia.
Can I present her photo to light up the room? It's kind of grim in here. That'll do. That looks futury.
Looks to be a crudely drawn map of the Coney Island boardwalk. There's a spot marked with an X. Should be easy to find.
Okay, I love that becomes a location. It also looks like something out of like a low-rent escape room or something. Bunch of random parts haphazardly welded together. You have no idea what it's for. Throw the lever? Who wouldn't?
No way. No blasting way. You seeing this?
Yeah.
Is that what I think it is?
The quantum gemerald.
Quansonic wave generator.
I thought the quansonic particle wasn't discovered until the 2040s.
Don't be ridiculous. Of course it was. What a stupid thing to say.
It wasn't.
So Adam Cole is experimenting with time travel 60 years early.
We are the absolute worst at our job. It's very clear, at least broadly speaking, what's going on here.
Impossible. If he was, we'd know. But this whole mission is full of impossible things.
Are you saying that it's a mission : impossible?
What do we know about this Adam Cole person?
Would you say that we collectively are a force meant to solve impossible missions? Some sort of impossible mission force? No, he's saying it's an impossible mission. I see. That is a reasonable distinction. Legally distinct. We can't have those time lawyers wasting their time on this. That's true.
You read the same archive entry as me, Fia. We barely know anything. I'm going to go have a chat with Nathan Knox.
Oh, because Nathan Knox knows about that guy who's time traveling to boink his mom. Come on. I'm going to take his...
Don't touch that generator.
Yeah, whatever. But I'm definitely going to take this glowing canister at the bottom. It has a hitbox and everything. Finally, they admit they barely know anything. Yeah, it took them quite a while.
Yeah? Is she finished already?
Not quite. I wanted to ask you about Adam Cole.
My stepfather. Why?
We just want to fill in some gaps.
Is he a time-traveling criminal?
But he has nothing to do with what happened, does he?
Seriously, we're just gonna leave Fia alone, huh? It's actually a really good point, because like after Duffy got killed, he was like another agent with Chronozen, the time travel company, who died under mysterious circumstances, and like it was like attributed to a lack of oversight by his mission handler, and they like changed like procedures so like people have to be extra careful before like leaving a time period now. So like the idea that like we would leave her totally unsupervised when like she's this close to something clearly very dangerous is actually pretty remarkable.
He didn't even meet my mother until a year after.
We really need more employees. I mean, it's true, but in fairness, I think the game does actually do a pretty good job of setting up how difficult it is to like qualify for this. And it's actually interesting that you don't qualify in terms of your capabilities. So like I genuinely believe the like gaps in their like knowledge and skill set or whatever, but rather like it seems to be pretty clearly established that you qualify by like having like a high like hermit quotient and also like ability to like disconnect from reality. It's like a really odd qualification, but like it would seemingly be pretty hard to find people who fit that well. Although yeah, having a secretary to just like talk to the people, and so like our mission operator doesn't need to do it. That's a fair shout. That person does not need to be like temporally anchored or whatever. They could just be like, you know, they could have like heaving bosoms and be a lizard person, and you know, like a Somnium Files thing, like a normal Somnium Files kind of character.
Honestly, I barely knew the guy, so I bring him into this.
Well, it's hard to know how to put this, but...
Just experimenting with time travel. I'll punch you in the head. I feel like the one that's closest to a reasonable thing to say is he was stalking her family. The Otis Knox fan site feels like it grossly undercuts it, and experimenting with time travel like misrepresents the situation in an unhelpful way. It's true. If we had that hypothetical secretary, we could go to a Tommy together. And I'm glad that you remembered the name of that place, because I couldn't, or I would have made that same joke.
He was, stalking your family before your dad disappeared.
What?
It's true. His name came up while Fia was investigating. She looked into him. He knew things he shouldn't have known. Knowledge of the future. He had photos of your family, a key to your house, but we know next to nothing about him. So, anything you can tell us will be useful.
Well, he practically raised me, and we never had a conversation, so I can't tell you anything.
This is...
Sarah says it's her life goal to go to a Tommy and see if it's worth leaving a mystery for. That sounds like a great life goal, and I feel like whether it is or it isn't, like it's a successful mission, which is great.
I know.
No. This is ridiculous.
Is he like in on it to some degree?
I asked you to find out what happened to my father, not butt into my mother's private life.
I kind of get where he's coming from, but that does still seem like a weird reaction. Like something's odd there. Like he already knew something that he wasn't telling us. Again, this game is basically House MD. Everybody lies.
How dare you?
Look, Mr. Knox.
This is bigger than we assumed.
This is much bigger than we assumed.
Visa signed Konami Date. So who's looking forward to a new chapter of Somnium Files? Allegedly, this one is a lot shorter than the previous games and is officially considered a spin-off from something I read a while ago. I'm excited. I don't know if it'll be any good. It is a Somnium Files game. I hope that it won't make me as mad as Nirvana Initiative, but also like it seems to be more directly referencing and or inspired by the Zeroscape games, at least in terms of being like escape room-y, which I'm down for. I'm looking forward to that at least.
I don't care. My mother was happy. After everything that happened, she deserved to be happy.
Very excited for a new musical number. I mean, Donuts in the Bathroom will forever live as, like, just an iconic part of history.
And you want to ruin that over my dead body?
I feel like your priorities are weird, guy.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Okay, that's definitely a bridge too far.
Goodbye.
That's also very suspect to me. That he would, like, leave before we, like, finished?
You heard all that?
I did, yeah. So what now? Do we abort?
No. The protocol is clear. We can't let this lie. Anomalies like this must be investigated.
But if he sues us...
The brass knows what we're doing. They gave us the green light. Just...
When did they do that?
Treading lightly. You know the drill.
Perfect. Mission over. Pull Fia back and forget about it. I'm kind of surprised we're not doing
I'll keep
it.
digging on my end. We are going to figure this out.
Not from a gameplay perspective, but from like my understanding of how the Time Travel Corporation works. Okay, well, can I have this? Oh no, it's all the same hitbox.
Just making sure it's the...
Leave the untested, unverified time stream particle generator alone. I can't believe I even have to...
I just wanted to like just break it a little bit. I just wanted to bust it up. Maybe I should save again? I haven't been saving a lot on these recent missions for no good reason. In theory, I should turn the light off before leaving.
Fia, leave the... I can't...
I kind of feel like there's an achievement for doing this.
Fia, leave the untested... I can't believe...
How many times is too many times to try this?
Fia, leave the I can't... Fia, leave... I can't believe I...
This time for sure.
Fia, leave...
Okay, apparently that's nothing, but just for like real for sure good
I see
measure.
no point.
Okay, don't shoot it with a laser. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Go again. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, everyone stops playing the slot machine right before it would pay out, right?
Fia.
No, he was still watching. I thought maybe he would have stopped watching. You understand what I was going for there? There's got to be like a time hole open somewhere, but I guess we like found an X on the boardwalk.
That's them, isn't it? Otis and Marla Knox.
Quick, shoot him with a gun.
Yeah, that's them.
So what should I do? Hang back? Keep an eye on them until the fireworks?
Someone is experimenting with time travel 50 years too early.
That doesn't answer my question.
Getting to the bottom of that is our priority now.
So you're saying I can approach them?
Yeah, just...
Sure.
Well, you know, be careful.
Aren't I always?
No.
You've always been a terrible liar.
I know.
Babe?
I can't take their brewskis?
Excuse me.
Yes?
Sorry to bother you, but are you Mr. and Mrs. Knox?
That's a good question. What would you say, my love? Are we Mr. and Mrs. Knox?
Not tonight, we're not. We're just two people enjoying the fireworks.
I know I should know that voice, but my brain is addled.
Which should have started by now. Come on, I'm not getting any younger.
What kind of answer is that? I think what he's saying is he is not going to be a celebrity because he just wants to enjoy his 4th of July. I think that's the implication. Nathan sent me Adam Cole Boardwalk books. Boardwalk books feels like not the right thing to say because they're closed and like that the whole thing is like fabricated evidence. Nathan sent me feels weird because I feel like they're gonna know that's wrong, aren't they? But I guess in theory, like, he doesn't know who Adam Cole is, even though I would love to know more about Adam Cole.
Nathan sent me.
He did?
Yes, he is worried. Asked me to check up on you.
He said someone might be time traveling.
Well, you can tell him we're fine. Nothing to worry about.
Odd that he didn't reach out himself. He writes to us every week.
Abe Goldfarb. The name doesn't help me. That's not how the voice recognition that lives in my brain computer works. I think he's a voice in like some adventure game, and it's just not clicking. It's probably a Wajidai game. Oh wait, is it just Ghost Companion? What's his face? What would blowing on that achieve?
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
You're not telling the entire truth, are you?
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
That might be it.
Pardon?
I can tell. Always been good at that. But it doesn't matter. We just want to enjoy our 4th of July in peace. So if you don't mind.
Okay, before I go, do you know about a time-traveling psychopath named Adam
Are
Cole?
either of you familiar with a man named Adam Cole?
Can't say I am. Marls?
Not me. Sorry. Why?
The laugh was a little suspicious, but despite the fact that it was animated, her face didn't, like, change in a significant way. I feel like I shouldn't say the stalker thing until I've exhausted other options, because that feels like that could be tampering with the timeline in a not unsubstantial way.
Do you know Boardwalk Books? A shop about a mile down the strip.
Sure. Who doesn't?
Why do you ask?
Marla, you're friendly with the shop owner, aren't you?
We have no chill. Like, we're constantly trying to do these investigations, and, like, we just never come across with any chill. We just, like, ask these, like, questions where we have too much knowledge and, like, don't, like, give an explanation for why we have them. In Lamplight City plays Andrew Montgomery, Jonah Solomon, Alan Brentwell, Tom Puffin. None of those immediately seems like a familiar character. Unavowed, Rob Goodfellow, Franco Marino, Zach. Robert Goodfellow sounds like an an important character, but not one of the main characters. I feel like I would remember that.
Jesus, what are you implying?
Oh, nothing like that. I just mean...
He's my brother, if you must know.
Nani?
Marla.
Sorry, Otis, but that kind of gossip we don't need. Just leave Liam alone, please.
Liam, huh?
He likes his life simple, and we try to keep it
Yeah,
that way.
Joey Malone, that's the guy. That's the one I was thinking of. That's...
Not sure what blowing on that will achieve.
So I got it. We got it. We good.
And speaking of keeping away...
Right. Were you scheduled to have a book signing there? At Boardwalk Books?
I mean, listen, I'm an adventure gamer. I'm going to exhaust the dialogue tree, but there's truly no need to ask this question.
Yeah, around December last year, I think.
It's actually really funny to be able to do that in real time, because, like, I'm usually really good at identifying voices. I feel like I'm struggling to do it a little more these days, just because I'm a little more disconnected from, like, watching animated stuff and keeping it fresh, like the roster of people who tend to, like, be in those and stuff. But, like, normally there's just, like, some, like, inflection or something that, like, feels familiar, and, like, it just felt familiar right away. And then just, like, the fact that I, like, have the sound ready to compare, like, I've never been able to do that once in my life. That's pretty fantastic.
No, I mean tonight.
Tonight? Why the hell would I do a book signing tonight? Tonight is all about Marla and me. I'm sure you get the hint.
Marla and Me, isn't that the dog book or something?
This Adam Cole, whoever he is...
I'm gonna say this just because I'm an adventure gamer. I'm gonna exhaust the dialogue tree.
An obsessive fan? Oh no, never had one of those before.
Not of you, of your clustermate.
Hate this game. Not really, but this stuff makes me so mad. She's so bad at her job. It's like the basicest possible thing to be good at.
Marla's got a fan?
Huh. Well, it's about time. Why should you have all the fun?
Yeah, enjoy that fun. It gets old fast.
These people are remarkably patient with me. Confirmed psychopath.
Look, this is serious. Adam Cole seems to be stalking you.
I hate to say it, but the only one bothering us tonight is you.
We just want to enjoy our evening alone. We don't have many of those.
I'll leave, but can I have one of your brewskis?
I'm sure you understand.
I'll leave you alone now.
Thank you.
Hit him with the Columbo one more thing. Let me go to Boardwalk Books, I guess. Hello, Liam. I suddenly know your life story.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
You're Liam, correct? Marla Knox's brother.
Yeah, that's me.
You said you didn't know Otis Knox, and now I'm going to shoot you with my future gun.
Is she okay?
Oh yes, she's fine. I'm just checking in on the family.
Nathan sent me. Apparently everyone just accepts
On
that.
behalf of Nathan.
That it's starting to sound like a code phrase that a spy says when they're meeting another spy.
Oh, well, any friend of Nathan's is a friend of mine. Love that kid like a son.
So you're close with Otis Knox and his family? Because earlier you said that you didn't know him.
What was I supposed to say? I hate lying, but they like their privacy. So do I. The last thing I need are his fans swarming this place.
I mean, you run a bookstore. Don't you kind of need that? Like, not to be smart or nothing, but like, don't you kind of need that?
Wouldn't fans swarming this place be a good thing?
You'd think that, but no. I like things simple.
Simple? On the Coney Island boardwalk?
Selling books is simple. Dealing with Otis's fans bugging me for his address is not. So please don't blab.
Lips are sealed. I'm curious. If you're so close to Marla and Otis, why are you here alone?
Alone?
They're watching the fireworks about halfway down the boardwalk. Why are you here instead of with your sister?
Oh, they wanted to be by themselves tonight. I'm okay with that.
I only just noticed that this man's actual physical hand is a mitten. I mean, I guess that's kind of just the style at the time, but because he's such a Goliath of a human, it's more unsettling on him, and it drew my attention to it. Jeez, Fia, this is why you can't get dates. We kind of did. I think you caught up on the stream, Sarah, so you must have seen that time where we were just, like, super depressing, and then we, like, got to, like, third base on the first date. No, that was a full-on home run, I suppose. It was heavily implied that we were roommates after that. But, yeah, that date was so miserable. As someone who, like, is bad at dating and struggles with that, like, even I was watching that and being like, I know that's the wrong thing to say. And it was very upsetting that somehow that succeeded.
Otis has more than proven himself. I trust him now.
Trust him now?
Otis proved himself. Why did he have to do that?
Was he in the Yakuza?
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Let's just say he didn't make the best first impression. But he's good now.
Because he's famous?
No. Not exactly.
Not exactly, as in kind of?
Never mind. Forget it.
Otis is good now, implying he wasn't good. Sorry.
Thanks.
Alright, for some reason I'm not supposed to let that go. Let's do a quick time Google. That's okay, that's weird. Hang on though. Liam Cole? No, okay. Adam Knox, just for fun? Okay, not sure what to do with that information. Now then. Colnazo?
Yep. Otis and Marla are definitely hiding something.
No doubt. But they aren't going to talk. But maybe someone close to them will.
He's Liam, her maiden name. I mean, presumably, but I don't have that, and it feels like the game wants me to have this information already. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to know or be able to access this.
I don't need
I feel like I should go back to their house, and I don't know why. Check her bio. I think I did, and there's, like, basically nothing there. I don't know why I felt the need to go inside before doing that. No. I feel like I'm having a stroke. I think I had her name, didn't I? I feel like I legitimately did that search and it just like wasn't interesting. But now I have Evelyn and not Marla? Is there an Evelyn Cole? I really thought I had... I mean, I guess maybe I was just thinking of the fact that her name was in the other guys' profiles. That's sexist as heck, man. Let me make some long-distance phone calls. Okay, never mind. Don't I have some kind of, like, future scan that could figure out what this was? Does my multi-tool do that? Is that something? Do those like those?
Multi-tool can transform into a...
Yeah, it doesn't actually have any functions that aren't picking a lock.
Looks like he opened his shop just in time for Halloween.
Looks like... Tell me something?
Looks like he opened his shop just in time for Halloween.
Is it relevant that that would be Halloween? Do I need to, like, burgle the first aid kit now?
That is
October? Possible.
Syringes, I'd better leave it.
I still don't think I have enough context that, like, that solves whatever. You know, it's Halloween, but not husband and wife. Listen, like, this is some unbelievable, like, gap in her knowledge or ability to communicate. I don't know. Yeah, maybe this is the person near them who's gonna spill the team.
Yeah.
Otis before he was
Did you
famous.
know the Knox family before Otis became famous?
They moved in just after me, so yeah.
What was Otis like?
I think you mean clustermates. No, I very specifically don't mean clustermates, Cotillion. Thank you. They better have Halloween in the future. We don't know for sure that they do or don't, right? I don't think that's come up.
Why? What have you heard?
I heard that he used to have his hair slicked back real good, and he would eat sloppy steaks with the boys, even if he was told not to.
Just curious. I imagine becoming a celebrity changes people.
He used to be a real piece of crap. He's not anymore, but he used to be. Anyone? No? Okay, that's fine.
For the worse, usually. But not Otis. Fame suits him. The year he released his first book, it all stopped.
What stopped?
You said it all stopped when Otis wrote his first book. What stopped?
The serial killing? It. Yeah, that's a great answer.
The ear-splitting fights. God, those two could go at it. Almost called the police once, but figured it was none of my business.
She's very forthcoming.
I know better now. It all worked out, thank heaven, but if things went the other way...
Is she like the first person in this game who has been like forthcoming with information? Like, I feel like I've complained about this before, and now that like she's actually being kind of helpful, like I'm having a moment where I'm like, is she genuinely the first person in this game that I'd have to like club over the head to get like a normal answer? I am back. Welcome to the stream, Funny Godmother. Hello and welcome. Hey, look. I don't know if I mentioned or if Mom mentioned, but now I have this. I got Squishmallow Eevee for my birthday. And he has a big tail. This, I didn't really show this off before, but like, the one droopy ear likes to bounce if you give him a little hop. He's a good boy. He is Adam, what's his name? Might as well be. Despite the fact that I feel like I'm following exactly what's going on, I also feel fairly clueless. Ooh, but before we head back to the beach, maybe we should go back to Adam Cole's place and see if we should tamper with that generator again. I think maybe the time is right, you know what I mean? His cousin Pika. Yeah, that's true. And this little bear I got on vacation. I don't know where they got this bear, but he has like the perfect, he looks like if like a animator drew like the perfect teddy bear. That's what he looks like.
Well, like I said, it all worked out.
The drinking, the fights, it all worked out?
The drinking?
That man could put it away. The bottles I'd see stacked up on trash day.
So what you're telling me is that he recycled responsibly in the 90s. I don't see how that's a problem.
No point in thinking about the bad old days. Like I said, it all worked out.
There were fights.
If you lived here back then, you wouldn't be asking that question.
Well, yeah, but like obviously I didn't. So like, what a stupid observation.
Screaming from those two. She ran away once. Told me she was gonna stay with her brother. Begged me not to tell her husband. But she was back home the next day like nothing happened.
It says, I get the feeling that it didn't actually work out. I don't know. She keeps saying it worked out.
I almost called the police, but figured it wasn't my business. It all worked out in the end. But if it didn't...
The fact that she keeps saying it does make it sound like it's a tragedy. That's all it is. A tragedy. Just wanted to say hi. Gotta go sleep with a bad red-eye flight last night. I've been there before. I totally get it. I appreciate you stopping by and hope you get some good rest. Maybe she went to Adam Cole. Maybe. You think she like sent off like a time beacon to draw in a time traveler?
Well, no point in thinking about that.
Is there a good red eye? I feel like I had a decent red eye on like the way out here to Florida originally to find this house. I feel like that one did not go so bad, but like generally speaking they're all pretty rough. You know when you're in the 40-minute TSA pre-check line with the screaming child who won't stop to breathe. You know with all certainty they're coming with you to Philly. Yeah, been there. The flight that we took out to Vegas, there was like this baby in the row ahead of us who just like could not go to sleep. And I say could not instead of would not because his parents were just kept like fussing with him, so like there was just no shot he was going to go to sleep, and then they were like kind of annoyed about it, but like it did kind of seem like if they had chilled a little, maybe, I don't know. We had a discussion about whether that was handled appropriately, but whatever. Anyway, I hear it all worked out.
What do you mean, it all worked out?
Well, like I said, it all stopped. The fights, the drinking, everything.
He doesn't even recycle anymore.
Otis sold his first book, and within the year, he was completely transformed.
Do we have a It's a Tragedy line? It's honestly, I have never gone back to get it, and I constantly think that I should do that. You know what? Give me a second. I'll make a new note on my desktop that is just for what color do I want this to be? Yellow. Yellow, I think. Plus yellow sticky note. To get list. And hold on. Let me find that Sam Max thing that I have noted. This might take a second. This might not be a good use of time. Oh, I have a few notes on this. I did a better job of this than I thought I did. I copy all of these to yellow. And then I know I missed one somewhere in here, near the top. I like that I have a note to get Horny for Mysteries that I just didn't delete when I got Horny for Mysteries, which sounds different when I say it that way. This one. I need to get Yank the Bone Lever. That one seems important. Gently yank the bone lever. Right, I think that's all the notes I currently have on Sam & Max. And now, in addition to that, it's a tragedy. I'm like legitimately thinking of like taking a day off of work to do this. Why? I don't know. What do you do with your time? Yeah, it doesn't have to be Sam & Max. If you think of something that's a good... Like, I'm not going to guarantee that I'll upload everything to Triggerfire, necessarily, but I may at least make the effort to pull them so I can make that decision later. Incidentally, so I'm a Patreon supporter of Triggerfire. It's like $1.50 a month, and I'm just trying to, like, support the guy, because, I mean... You get a code to expand, like, how many things you can put on Triggerfire every month, which, like, I probably can't ever fill the amount I already have, which is totally fine, but, like, I like Triggerfire, and this guy made the thing, and I want to support him. But every month you get that code, and for some reason, like, Patreon won't let me access his posts, and I, like, checked, and they, like, charged me this month normally, and it says I have an active subscription, but if I try to open any of his messages, it says I need to be subscribed and that I should do it, but it won't let me do it because I already am. I don't know what's wrong, but it's making me upset. I only discovered this like 20 minutes before the stream and then decided I would stream instead of getting mad, which was probably a good decision. They might have redone your billing. Speak to that. What does that mean? She says when she was at the airport, we were delayed due to a military convoy to load a deceased soldier on the plane. Wow, that's a new. I haven't had that one before. I'll say that. Instead of the first of the month, they now bill you when you sign up. Well, no, I literally have a charge on my card for the 1st of July in the correct amount. So, like, there may be a problem with them not recognizing that, but they did charge me. I checked to make sure it wasn't something weird like that and that I should just, like, cancel and restart, which might fix it if I just, like, cancel and redid it, but, like, then I would get recharged, which would be dumb, which I think there would not be a way to avoid if we're being honest. I know I've heard some like bad stories about Patreon, but like I've only ever been a patron of two things: the Glass Cannon podcast, who since like moved away from Patreon to do their own similar service that they had more control over, and Trigger Fire, and now I can't access it, and it's annoying. Oh, also, I mentioned like in my sister's stream last Sunday that I was having issues with just like Steam opening at all, and it was doing that again today. And I like force quit it and restarted it, and it was fine. But like, there's something like, I feel like there's something janky with like the recent version of Steam, because I've had like multiple issues with it just opening at all. Where you go, you get the most magical walk. LA, you can't take a walk safely. I mean, LA is not a great place for walking. There's literally a song that says nobody walks in LA, which is fair.
You really think one has to do with the other?
I don't know what else it could be.
I'll leave you.
See you.
Okay, so now that I've asked her about the can eat more, by which I mean the it all worked out, maybe I can go talk to Liam. But first, something really important to do. I feel like this is the time.
Fia?
Ah, darn it! I thought maybe it wasn't like it seemed like he wasn't watching, right? Somebody even said that in chat. Night King, thanks for stopping by. Good to have you here. Hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'll be back here tomorrow for Blueprints for anyone interested. I have no idea how long we'll be playing Blueprints. We'll have to determine that at some point. Okay, now for real, let's go back to the bookstore, I guess.
Excuse me. So I heard some stories about Otis, about how different he was back in the day.
Different? Yeah, that's one way of putting it. He drank like a fish. Said it was part of his process. I'm just glad he fixed things before it was too late.
Marla tried to run away, didn't she?
No try about it. It was all arranged.
I mean, it does sound suspiciously like what happened, in a way. Like her getting away and ending up with a different guy and whatever.
She just learned she was pregnant. She told
I don't
me
think
everything.
fish actually drink.
Asked me to
You know,
help her get
Cotillion,
away.
that's one of those weird things, like... You don't think about it, but like... I mean, they need to eat. Is some part of that process somehow technically still drinking? Unclear.
So I booked her a room at the Hotel Commonwealth. Got her a train ticket for the next morning to our cousin's place in Georgia.
Okay, Hotel Commonwealth. The next day...
But then, it all got better. They came around the next day, hand in hand, like nothing happened.
Did you get that, Nozzo? The Commonwealth Hotel?
I got it. The address is close to your position, but it was torn down by your win.
Give me the address anyway. You never know.
New location, that place that was just mentioned.
She didn't leave him after all. Why the change of heart?
Beats the hell out of me. I thought she was out of her mind.
Yeah, I hope you have a good time at the Hugh Jackman show. I bet that will be great. I hear he's the greatest showman. He is actually a pretty good showman, but also he was in a movie called... Never mind.
She swore up and down that he was a changed man. I might have laughed in her face, but the kicker? She was right. He hasn't touched a drop since.
In fact, he's obtained some bizarre power and now repels all liquid and is constantly dying of thirst.
And you've met them, right? Tell me you've never seen two people more in love. Something must have put the fear of God into him. Made him realize all he stood to lose.
Maybe it was God. Or maybe it was the Back to the Future thing, where he's Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan, or whatever that...
Lots of time has passed since
It's
then.
been too long.
Took a while for him to earn my trust, but earn it he did. I'm proud to call him my brother-in-law.
You said a long time has passed since Otis had his epiphany. Do you know how much time?
was about 4:30 this afternoon.
20 some odd years ago. Time flies.
20 years exactly.
If you had to put like a day and time on it, like a very precise, like a chronological measurement of sorts.
Something like that. Maybe. I know I had just bought this place. Was working around the clock fixing it up.
Yeah, we're definitely making a time tunnel for sure.
My only bed was an old sofa. That's why I got Marla the room at the Commonwealth.
I couldn't afford a real place to live, but I put her up in a hotel. Good brother.
Probably for the best. If Otis came looking for her here, I might have punched his face in.
Sorry.
Thanks. We'll be open tomorrow if you want anything.
Okay, so I think first we go to the hotel, and then we solve the puzzle of opening the time
Knox
tunnel.
had a real change of heart when Marla left him. A real epiphany moment.
Could be. There's nothing about it in the archive.
What? You're telling me there's an oversight in the archive? Inconceivable!
Nothing much about his personal life at all, come to think of it. I wonder...
Why did that come up? What happened there?
You wonder what, exactly?
Gosh.
Otis Knox's timeline ranking is the highest there is. If anyone changed it, we'd know. But his family, they were fair game. If there was minimal archived information about his family to start with, then someone could change things without tripping any alarms. It would have to be subtle, but it could be done.
This raises questions about exactly how we, like, log that, how we track that information. Like, what does it mean to know that something would change? Because, like, would it have to happen, like, directly to him for us to know that? Because, like, if so, that seems like a major oversight to our confidence that things aren't changing to these, like, high-profile targets. Because, like, social engineering is, I mean, like, it's literally how you, like, break into, like, digital systems now. I don't see why it couldn't be applied to, like, hacking the time stream.
It sounds like he changed into a different person overnight. Could that be relevant?
We all go through things that change us. That's nothing special. But with everything we found in that secret basement...
Shh! Secret basement.
I don't know. I can't rule anything out.
Any word from Nathan Knox?
Has he filed a lawsuit?
Just a boilerplate letter from his lawyer. I've passed it along to the brass.
I'd like to see this so-called change of heart for myself. Can we do that?
Sure, if we can pinpoint what that day actually was. Any idea what that could be?
I'm on my way.
I think I may know when Otis's change of heart might have been.
You do? Okay, tell me.
October.
The date on the receipt is for the 14th. Wasn't it supposed to be dated for the day she was going to leave? So shouldn't the answer be the 13th? Like, it seems weirdly conspicuous that October 13th is concealed, right? I mean, I suppose in lieu of what seems like the correct answer, I'll just pick the one that's written on the table, right?
The 14th.
Of 20 years ago, so 73? Because we're in 93, and we estimate 20 years ago, exactly?
1973.
I'm not sure that's right. This is a high-ranking person we're dealing with. We don't want to do this more than once. Are you absolutely sure?
Now that you put it that, let me think.
I'll do...
It's annoying that it asked me, because, like, I was going to go try and, like, look at that stuff, so it's, like, annoying that it prompts me for that then. Easter... Is the Easter egg some kind of spoiler?
I think I'm...
You do?
March 31st night. Is that like the Is that the dev's birthday or something?
March the 31st. 1976.
Any reason why you chose that particular date?
Not sure. It just seemed important for some reason.
Oh, it probably is. To someone, but not us.
Let me think about it some more.
Out.
They didn't seem to... Oh no, there we go. Try to visit the dev on his birthday. He's got a little cake. It's fun. I'm gonna leave. That's all the TV there is.
So much for that. There's just a vacant lot at that address.
Okay, so that's why it prompts that way. Let me go back to the house. The thing, it's blank burr 14, isn't it? I swear the thing he said was that, like, he bought a receipt for, like, the day, like, one day in the future, and then the change of heart happened. So I feel like it's supposed to be October 13th. And there's an achievement for getting that in one go. Dude, I can't tell you how much I hate that. Like, I absolutely cannot be bothered to get achievements for this game when it behaves that way. Like, there is a very slim... Like, I'm not even sure I could describe to you the type of game where that feels appropriate. But, like, this is not it. Like...
Looks
So, I mean,
like
it's
he
like...
opened his shop just in time for Halloween.
Honestly, like,
Looks like he opened his shop
it's kind
just
of
in
weird to
time for
draw that
Halloween.
conclusion from this photo. Oh, I guess it says grand opening. Okay. I was mostly paying attention to the Halloween decorations. I guess I just have to get his account again, is like the only... But I swear the thing he said was like...
Excuse me. Do you know how much time?
Like I said, I think it was 20 some odd years ago.
20 years exactly.
Something like that. Maybe more, maybe less. I know I had just bought this place. Was working around the clock fixing it up. My only bed was an old, probably for the best.
So is the thing that's wrong the year? Do we have something that would get a more precise year? Maybe the neighbor?
Thanks.
I don't feel like she said... Oh no, she did. She said it was the year his first book released, and that's why I have to... Okay. I have to check the stupid archives. $77.
Nozzo,
Yep,
I think
you do.
October the 14th. 1977.
Yeah, I think you may be right.
Now, as someone who has played a video game before, I understand why he suddenly thinks that's correct. But can someone explain to me why just, like, stating that date suddenly he feels confidence that that's right, and another date that I said without providing evidence in either case sounded wrong? Like, what do you think that's about?
Let's hope so.
Okay, checking to see if we can tunnel from your current landing point. That will save us some time.
That was what it says about the achievements. The game has those, I either completely ignore them or guide through the whole thing. Yeah, like, if I really like the game, like, maybe I'll do, like, one playthrough with the guide to, like, not miss those things. But, like, I mean, it's not that I feel like a game should necessarily be able to have, like, all achievements done in one playthrough without, like, perfect knowledge. You know, like, I'm not like all achievements should just be like every chapter you hit, you get an achievement, and then you beat the game and you did it, and you throw yourself a congratulatory party or whatever. But, like, I should reflect on it more. I bet, like, there's a more articulate way to say it, but, like, the fact that, like, there's no reasonable way for you to know the important, like, I guess, like, I like to know if a game is going to punish me for trying things. That actually makes a huge difference to me personally in approaching a video game. And like this game like secretly punishes you for like trying a thing and not being totally certain, and like that kind of thing just like grates on me personally. But I do think that there's like a larger issue at play that like I think is kind of just like it's a lazy way to go about achievements. It's just like not a particularly interesting thing. Like even though like it makes more sense for it to be like a skill-based thing that like you do in one try than to like I don't know. I don't know. I should just not talk. Demolition says, for me the biggest sin is playthrough with multiple tries but no chapter option. That's rough. I do hate to see that for sure.
And accepted. Head over. It should be ready to go by the time you get there.
I like the way he said that kind of implies that like he is also playing an adventure game, and like if he put in a different date then it doesn't work. And now in my headcanon is that's the reason why that date sounded right, is he had to like file some like digital paperwork, and it's like the video game says no.
What hotel did Liam say Marla was staying at?
The Commonwealth.
Right. That's all.
So now I need to go to my own landing point to go to a new landing point. Thank you for the cheer, thank you. Appreciate that. Let's go to landing point. I'm gonna need a new outfit. Is it? It's been a long time since I've cheered. Is it exclamation mark cheer? Oh, it's one word.
Timefall successful.
Time Force?
Going local again now. Same outfit as before.
I didn't have time to program in the specs for anything new.
You have some leftover bits. Thank you, Kataya, and I appreciate those as well. Thank you both very much for that. Unrelated, after our big hype train before, I meant to check. Where are we at on our Flareon goal? Ooh, 96. That's good. We're doing good. New outfit. No, none new outfit. I have to say, I really wanted to get a goal that incorporated all, like, Twitch-based generosity. I was not smart enough to get it to work through Streamlabs. I didn't put a lot of time in it, to be honest. I spent, like, maybe 90 minutes or something. What's the metric for the goal? Yeah, it's subs, because that seemed like the thing that was, like, most likely to actually get there. It's literally that if you multiply the number of subs by the amount of money that I think I allegedly get per sub, then it pays for the preposterously expensive Flareon. That's what the bar means. That's also why it's like a strange number. Not fishing, but thank you for the gift subs, Demolition. I think I'm at a level where I'm still at 50, but I don't know. That might have changed at some point in the like not too distant past. Good job for the cheering. The boo was for the outfit. I boo the outfit too. I was saying boo earns.
But most 1990s fashions were inspired by the 1970s. You'll fit right in.
Not the oversized sweater. For some reason, when I personally think 90s fashion, I think like oversized men's sweater. For some reason, that's like the number one. I mean, like certainly anything that looks like the intro to Saved by the Bell is very 90s. But like for me, for whatever reason, the thing I most think of as like 90s fashion is like regular guy sweater, but like 4 sizes too big.
You've got nothing else on file?
Nothing aside from the white polyester disco suit that I once generated for Duffy.
Did he like lose a bet? Why did you do that?
Tempting, but no, definitely not.
It would be really funny if we could opt into that though. We are at a round 100 now. Yes, we are. 100.
But if I need to infiltrate a dance hall, I'll let you know.
I'll keep it prepped. Standing by.
Oh man, I forgot to try and talk to. Someone came into the Twitch Plays Pokemon chat when I was like spending some of my infinite time this week in chat there playing Pokemon Battle Revolution, and their screen name was something like the Yoko Matrix or something, and I wanted to like point out that that was awesome and that we should be friends.
Nozzo,
Yeah?
let's say I find this Adam
I'm
Cole,
concerned,
and let's
Cotillion.
say he did muck around with Otis Knox's past. What
Cotillion, did you
should
just
we do?
did you just
We
give
deal with them
34
however you
subs?
can.
Hang on, I have to stop the game for a second. You did not need to do that at all. Thank you very much. That's a big number, and it will now be doing that for the rest of the stream, most likely.
Forever.
I don't know what to say to that. Thank you. Well, we hit the Flareon goal. I briefly was concerned that we weren't going to hit it before the end of the year, much less when the Flareon is due to ship. I had a plan for that we no longer need to worry about, so that's nice. Now I just need to worry about finding a place for it to live in here. Hey, game, you good? Oh, did I break it? Did I break the game? This is of some concern to me. Let me go back to the landing point. Let me do a quick save number 4. Let me do, in what way would I go about... Do I just have to restart the game? Is there like... That's something I do... Something has changed in the way it's capturing, which is busted. Oh, hang on. Is that better? Why did that fix it? It clearly did fix it, and I don't know why.
Nozzo, what about Otis Knox's high timeline impact ranking?
I definitely missed a little bit of dialogue there, my bad.
If this Adam Cole altered Otis's life, and we alter Adam's life, this could alter Otis Knox's history, couldn't it?
I could be my own grandfather.
Do. The rankings must be maintained and all.
Nothing's ever easy, is it? Figure out what happened. Only then can we decide what to do about it.
He's not wrong.
That's all we can do.
I do feel like occasionally something along these lines will come up at work, and I'll be like logistical problem that's like really pedantic, and they're like, let's just not talk about that. And it's like, understood. All right, let me go to Das Hotel. It is the 70s in here. Okay, we don't need... There's 5 more gift subs from Television. In no way was I suggesting we should try and finish the Flareon goal today. And even if that was true, we've now done it. You don't need to give more subs. Just to top the old record. I'm really worried for all of us, I think, for some reason. But thank you. Why do all the Boardwalk storefronts have graffiti on them, but not in the future? That was bothering me too, but I thought I was being pedantic about that as well. I did almost mention it, but I was like, I should try to play more game. But I agree with you. That was bothering me as well. Local woman is reading on the couch. Fortunately, she's not paying much attention to you. Let's change that.
I see no reason to bother her.
Man casually leans against the wall of the lobby. A faint smell of cannabis surrounds him. Not a good smell. Would you say that that's what was the thing from before? Like an what was the word they used for the height for the place to stand? Unobtrusive?
Squeak, squeak.
Squeak, squeak. So true.
I'll just take a quick look. Here are all the guests who signed in today. There are quite a lot of them.
Oh, hey, look. It's the Blackwell aunt, whose name I don't remember. It's an Easter egg.
This name is unfamiliar to me.
It's not unfamiliar to me. Get dumpstered. If anything, the subs Katrine donated exactly matched the old record. That is pretty wild. How do you know what the old record was? Where is that accessible? Oh, there's also C Sharp, which is another Blackwell reference. Cecil Sharp was a musician. I think that the whole thing took place in the 70s, right? Check the archive thing in mod view. That's fair, I guess. Oh, hang on. Oh, we have like a cat or a fox doing a toast. That's pretty good. That feels appropriate for the circumstances. Choo choo. Ting ting, everybody. Ting ting. Okay, so I don't think her name's Michael. I mean, presumably she used like an alias that I should probably know, maybe? Or maybe the point is that I don't know?
This name is
I'm gonna click all the ones that are M names. The difference in handwriting is curious. Like several in a row feel like they have the same handwriting. Looks like a cat. Yeah, when you make it really big, it does look more like a cat. That's true. Did the piece of paper from the past tell me what time the reservation was for? I don't think it did. I think it just said one room on October the 14th with all the smudges that we've now worked through. I think I don't know what I'm doing yet.
tempting, but
This elevator seems gargantuan.
I'm not searching each.
You can tell it's the 70s because there's a black man with an afro.
That payphone seems broken, but perhaps I could make use of this telephone directory.
Oh god, we're just playing the Blackwell games now. I mean,
Look
they had to be married. Yeah, right?
No entry. No.
No ticket. Look up Liam, no last name.
I don't know his last name.
Look up Evelyn, no last name. Great. Maybe I go talk to the neighbor then? Just some of these look like I can talk to them.
I shouldn't bother the locals unless necessary.
This feels like vaguely Phoenix Wright music. Can I buy a book? I know I couldn't in Blueprints because I bought out the bookstore last time I played. I mean, it might restock, but I bought all the books in it. I was very proud of myself for that. Let's randomly go to a spot on the beach.
That beach contains more broken glass and dirty needles than grains of sand. I'll leave it alone.
So we walked all the way to Jersey? Just kidding. Just kidding! I'm kidding! Don't be mad. It says grand opening, it should be open. You're not wrong. That is how grand openings tend to work. I'm just gonna go to their house. Oh, look at the little tree.
I shouldn't uproot it.
No, but it'd be funny if I did, don't you think? Ruin the whole timeline. These are some massive pumpkins. We did it. We finally stopped getting notifications for the subs, but thank you for all this. Really not necessary to do that, and I promise I wasn't trying to get anyone to do that. Someone sort of prompted me to look at the number that we achieved after earlier. Bigger than her torso. Yeah, man, like imagine carrying that stuff around. Hey, wait, have they changed their locks? Is an important question.
There we go. Good thing the Knox family never changed their locks in 15 years.
It's a calculated prompt. You know what? I should know better than that. This is a trait that my family has. When my mom asks a question, there's a very good chance that it is a calculated prompt, so I should know better than this. I also do know that this is a thing that Cotillion has been known to do, but I wasn't thinking of that. You do it every Halloween. You carry around a pumpkin that's as big as your torso? Do you really, Sarah? That's a big pumpkin. At some point, I definitely have to make a phone call in this time period. Or in this chapter, I guess. Idea for next novel. Struggling, hardworking author doing his best to put food on the table is constantly frustrated by his lying, ungrateful witch of a wife and his pea-brain brother-in-law. Screw you, Marla. And Liam Whiteman. Aw, heck yeah. This angry letter lets me do a time Google search on Liam, the secret villain. You put your niece in it once? Now hang on. Now hold on a second. Speak to that. What is... Was it one of those, like, world's largest pumpkins? I was watching a how-to with John Wilson, and he found a place making big pumpkins, and you could probably fit a niece in there. You, like, slap the top of it. I bet you could fit, like, 6 nieces in those things. She was a baby. Even so, most pumpkins are, like, not so big you could put a whole baby in them. I don't know. I guess it depends on some factors. Alright, Liam Whiteman. He dies in 2031, who cares? He's a church figure in the Coney Island community and the longtime owner of a modest bookstore on the boardwalk. Passed away on June 5th, 2031 at age 86 due to complications from respiratory infection. Everyone in this game either dies young or dies in their, like, mid-80s. Does that seem odd to anyone else? I can only search Marla Whiteman if they've suddenly added Marla, right? Didn't we learn that we didn't have Marla for reasons unknown? Note for his encyclopedic knowledge of literature and his warm, engaging conversations, Liam built a reputation as a kind and welcoming presence to all who visited his shop. He was known as the Light of Coney Island. Despite the rise of e-readers and the decline of physical bookstores, Liam stubbornly refused to close or sell his bookstore, believing in the power of printed books and their ability to create connections. Over the years, he turned down several lucrative offers to buy the shop, determined to preserve it as a haven for book lovers. Liam is survived by his sister Marla and his nephew Nathan, and will be deeply missed. Don't tell me how to feel. We still do not have Marla, weirdly. Weirdly do we not have Marla. Oh, hang on. This tiny crumpled up note is not a relevant hitbox. Ooh, is this trash important though? Look at all this trash. Otis Knox, take as directed, Psilocybin 10 milligrams, 420, 1976. I don't know what that is.
A medicine commonly used for diabetes. It was discontinued in the late 70s.
Interesting.
So Otis Knox was diabetic?
It appears so.
I don't know why that's relevant, but clearly it is. The exit from the Knox house and its smell. That's a good descriptor box. Guess I'll just leave. Let me go to the Cole residence.
That location is a cigar shop in this Wen. No need to investigate further.
Okay. So I've been here and ruled out these two. So I guess I should do the directory search first. Or maybe I'm just looking for Whiteman in the other thing? I can't say I was.
No entry.
I'm so glad we went to all that trouble. Okay, yeah, if that's the case, then I suppose the idea is we're looking for M. Whiteman. So let's try and do that. Is he diabetic from all the alcohol? I'll be honest, since I don't drink, that's not a thing I think of. But that is feasible, isn't it? It's an interesting thought. It was there, you saw it. Quit bragging, by which I mean good, because we needed that. M. Whiteman.
M. Whiteman. Liam's surname is Whiteman. So it must be his sister's original name as well.
Oh yeah, one of the fun things that we did during the Vegas trip was when we were at the room, we were just watching a ton of this show I'd never seen before called Bar Rescue, which some of you probably know. There's just something really interesting about that show, even as someone who doesn't drink. Just the passion that guy brings to fixing up those bars is just endlessly fascinating to me. There's like 4 trillion episodes, and I kind of want to watch them all. She's so smart. Yeah, you love how she like walks you through that, and the only way for it to be relevant is for you to already like know the answer.
This has to be it.
What room was it? Does she know? Do I care? Okay, she knows. It's super creepy. There's a dead person here.
Oh, good God.
Is this the real Otis Knox? And they replaced him when things got better with a time traveler?
Is that...
Running comparison scan. Impossible. That's Otis Knox.
But he's alive in the future.
But he's alive in the future.
I know. The scan compared him to every public photo of him from 1977.
Mm-hmm.
It's him.
That should be a 5-alarm situation back home, right?
It should.
Then how?
Occam's razor. If Otis Knox is dead in 1977, then that man you saw on the beach in 1993?
Well, he's not Otis Knox.
That's not Otis Knox. Get back there. Confront him. Use whatever means necessary.
Gun! I can use gun! He said it. You heard it. I can use gun.
Find out who the hell he is.
He's big mad. I respect
what
it.
What about Marla?
This was her hotel room. She's involved. Somehow. Do whatever you need to do.
What's interesting, though, is if this is a conspiracy, why is there a second conspiracy to get rid of him again? Is it because Adam Cole is like the replacement Otis Knox with like facial reconstruction surgery or something? I love that my Vasco's immediate concern is like, oh, the TV reception sucks. Now I can't watch Three's Company or whatever. Because Adam didn't want to be Otis. I mean, I agree with you there. Like, we're on the same wavelength, but like, would it really be possible to like convince all those people in their collective lives that he's just like a new guy? It does sort of track with the son's response, though, right? That he like didn't want us looking into it. Like I said before, it seemed like he knew something he wasn't telling us, and it's probably that he's like already aware of some amount of this. The fame, though. But here's the thing. He only got famous starting this year, which means that he was always a miserable, garbage, trash man husband and author. And then he got replaced with someone who was a better husband / author and was probably also better at arts and crafts and the guitar. So, like, they just, like, took a famous person and replaced, like, an abusive husband. I wonder if the brother-in-law knows, though. Why would the son look into it if he knew? It is a good question. There does seem to be some tension with him hiring us at all to look into this date. If he knew... I mean, maybe he only knows part of the story and not everything. And the guitar? I suspect so.
I'd better leave those curtains closed. I'm not exactly supposed to be here.
Anything else I care about in here? Can I, like, take that guy's wallet?
I'd rather leave them on.
I like that you're never allowed to turn lights off again in this game. They, like, make you turn them on, but you can't turn them off. Do not go in there! That joke will be really funny in the time period I'm about to go to. See you later. Whoop. Ah! I don't know why on my shins always feels like a funny thing to say, but I will continue to do it. Do Knox go in there? Hey! That might even be hashtag episode title. That's a good one. So I guess I'm probably should save this, but I kind of want to have this conversation now. Save it again, I don't know.
Sorry to bother you again, but...
What?
I was told you were a very different person before you were famous.
It's no secret. I used to drink a lot.
Used to?
Oh, I get it. He's literally the ghost from the Blackwell games, and he's possessed a human for like a really long time or something.
Yeah. Completely dry these days.
A completely different person. Yeah, no, you misunderstand. I don't mean you changed as a person. I mean, it's apparent to me that you used to physically be a different human being.
I see. And that cooler of
One
beer
who was a
next to you?
corpse.
That's for me.
Really?
Yes?
It's traditional that I will drink 16 4th of July beers in front of my recovering alcoholic husband.
That's a lot of beer for one person.
My parents came from Germany.
It's also none of her business, Marls.
Right. It's none of your business.
Of course. Sorry. I know the truth, Otis.
Truth? Of what?
That you're not really Otis Knox.
Huh?
Otis Knox was murdered 15 years ago.
I don't think he was.
I don't think so is a really funny response to that. I don't think so. Yeah, that was kind of a Columbo one too, wasn't it? It was just like, huh, that's suspicious. One more thing, you died 15 years ago.
Okay, that's enough. We've been nice, we've been patient. We humored you because we didn't want to cause a scene in public.
Oh, I'm causing a scene, pulls future gun.
But there's a line, and you've crossed it.
I'm sorry, but I'm telling the truth. His body was found in a hotel room.
Oh? Oh, is that right? Found by who? Exactly.
The reporter doesn't disclose her sources. AKA, shh, secret source.
I can't reveal my sources.
In other words, you don't have any.
Yeah, I wish the game would let me do the Sarah option of just pull the gun on them. It's like, nah, I call my source Black Betty.
You're making this up.
I promise I'm not.
Marls, let it go. She knows. I told you this could happen eventually.
But Otis, you can't. Not now. We were so close.
I know, but it's time.
Wait, this is the thing that makes we are in fact the reason why this happened, because like we exposed the truth and they're like, now someone else could find out, so we have to blow up our whole spot. Yeah, I have no idea what close to what means exactly.
Time for what? What's this about?
I'll tell you everything, but first...
Call an ambulance. But not for me!
Help an old guy up, will you?
This feels like a trap! Can I pull the gun instead?
As fun as that...
Thanks.
I really thought that was some kind of ploy. Yeah, I'm glad chat's with me on that. Like, that felt like a trick.
40 years till I can get my next Anderson injection. Not sure I'm gonna last that long.
Okay, so the Anderson injection is the thing from the future that, like, prolongs people's life and I think makes them appear younger than they are biologically. It doesn't fully answer our questions, though.
You figured it out yet? Come on, Fia. I refuse to believe you're this slow.
Is he Duffy? Is he Duffy? He didn't want to be a time guy anymore because it sucks?
I never told you my name.
Depends on your point of view, doesn't it? Always a gnarly subject where time travel is concerned.
You're Adam Cole.
I plan to be, but not yet. Come on, you've almost got it.
You're a time traveler.
These aren't revelations. We've known this for, like, at least an hour. She's super slow. This genuinely, like, I know sometimes when I, like, complain about, like, story or even puzzles, like, it seems like I'm, like, just being annoying, and that's fair. Like, I don't know where to draw the line where, like, legitimate criticism and sometimes the things just tilt me a little bit. But, like, for real, like, she's basically a detective, like, considering the types of work we see her do. And, like, good lord, to treat these, like, new information is astounding.
Used to be. I haven't been for a long time. Come on. You're so close.
It's Duffy. It's Duffy.
No, it can't be.
Blasted Fia. You really haven't figured this out? Did I teach you nothing or what?
It's Duffy.
No.
Duffy?
Duffy.
Duffy D. Luffy?
Hi, Fia. You haven't aged a day.
Well, yeah, because as far as I'm concerned, you died, like, I think 3 months ago or something in canon?
I don't understand it.
Oh my
How?
gosh.
And hi, Nazo. I assume you're listening? Let me guess, he's sputtering and frantically grabbing for the protocol guide.
Highly irregular.
Noah, shut up.
Oh, I wish I could hear him.
We thought you were dead.
I know. That was the idea.
It's super weird to me, though, like, of all things to do in the world, why did he, like, kill and replace a famous author and check up with his wife? Like, that's just so specific of a, like...
How long has it been? For you?
Only a few weeks.
Okay, a little less than I thought.
15 some odd years for me. But you already know that.
This is starting to sound like a really particular point of one of the Zero Escape games.
You killed Otis Knox.
I am Otis Knox.
I mean, yes, I agree. I assumed he was tired of Cronus. Like, he was the person, even more so than us, who was, like, talking about how much he, like, hated that aspect of living this life and job.
You know blasting well what I mean. You murdered a man. You sent his body back in your place, made us think you were dead, and you've been living as him ever since.
You're not wrong, but I meant what I said. As far as history is concerned, I am him. I suggest you really think about what that means.
Yeah, we can't mess up the timeline because he's super important. I guess that's why he did it. He chose a life that was too important to ruin. That actually does make sense.
Duffy, you look so much...
Older? It's amazing what happens when you don't have access to Anderson injections anymore. Took about 10 years for biology to catch up. Just as well. Dyeing my hair gray every month was a pain.
Nozzo, what do we do? There must be some protocol for this.
There is, but...
None of them apply
We can't
to me.
do it.
You know the rules. The rankings must be preserved. And what's my ranking again?
High.
Yeah, high.
But, like, why is the wife okay with this? I guess is still the sort of underlying question.
Which means you can't touch me.
We may not be able to touch you yet, but Otis Knox disappeared after the fireworks, according to the historical record. Which means after that, you're fair game.
Yeah, but until then, we're on my time. Time which I intend to use. Marla, this is it. Not the way I expected it to be, but...
It's not fair. It's just not fair.
I know. But it's been worth it. Every last second.
Oh, it's cute. Use future gun.
It's starting.
I thought we'd have more time. Just a little more time.
I know. We always think there's more time. Until there isn't.
I love you. You saved my life. In every sense of the word.
And I love you. You and Nathan gave my life meaning. More than I ever imagined possible. I'll see you again. I promise you that.
You'd better.
Fia, let's take a walk.
A walk?
History says the last 2 people to see Otis Knox were a shop owner on the Strip and one of my neighbors. Can't upset the rankings, can we? Brass will accuse me of many things, but not that. So let's go.
But we would have to
Go
keep
ahead
kind
and
of a
say it.
distance to not blow that, right?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You still can't lie worth a damn.
Do you have any idea what you put us both through?
I know, and I'm sorry if there was any other way.
Well, at least you're sorry.
One thing I do actually really like about the story of this game is, like, I get the sense that we're building towards Fia kind of, like, going off book and doing something, like, intense. And in, like, a reasonably, like, subtle way, I think. Like, maybe you'll laugh at that. But I think that the way it's structured is... It's not super overt, but is very clear. Like, we just keep seeing her get disillusioned by all of these people, like, not following the rules in a job that's, like, the rules of which have, like, given, like, a miserable structure to her life. And, like, she's the only person who has to deal with everyone else's consequences. And, like, you totally get why she would become so fed up. And it's not like people necessarily doing it directly to her. So it's not that she's, like, this obvious victim. But, like, if you're paying attention, it's like, this sucks. It just sucks to be her, and she shouldn't have to deal with this. And, like, I would totally understand it by the end of this. Like, I'm starting to wonder if, like, the last mission isn't her, like, somehow, like, destroying the concept of time travel in some way.
I saw your dead body. You have no idea what that was like.
It wasn't mine. It was Otis Knox.
Oh, I didn't know that, huh?
Blast it, Duff. You killed a man and took over his identity for 15 years.
Yeah, but who hasn't done
You
that?
still haven't told me why.
And she always follows the rules. It's very cathartic for rules followers. Yeah, that's the subtext. If I didn't make that clear, I'm very much a rules guy, and, like, this stuff always annoys me. And so, like, even though I find it annoying that she doesn't always, like, know the protocols immediately, and that she, like, sometimes does stupid stuff, like constantly calling people cluster mates in the year, like, 1977, like, I do very much relate to her as someone who, like, follows the rules and believes in the importance of the rules. Another rule boy. So true. that glass cannon quote really resonated with me.
It's complicated.
We have time.
No, we really don't. Hey, Liam!
Oh, hey, Otis. I thought you and Sis wanted to be alone tonight.
Did he just, like, 360 in place to turn around to talk to him?
We did, but I just wanted to return this Ashbless book you gave me.
Now? That could have waited until tomorrow, or any time.
It was really important it happened now. Okay, see you never.
Doing it now. I also wanted to say...
He can't turn left. It's like that Zoolander. Yeah, that's fair. He's not an ambi-turner.
Hmm?
I love you like a real brother. You know that? Thank you for everything.
And then he kisses him with an open mouth for some reason. And somehow that didn't make it into the article.
You feeling okay?
Never better. Enjoy the fireworks. See you around.
Sure. See you around.
I feel like the article should say that it sounded really suspicious now, but that's especially because, like, he's walking around with a lady who's asking weird questions all night.
Would you believe that in the original history, Otis forced Liam to hold a book signing today?
I mean, yeah, I would believe that.
On the 4th of July, for God's sake. At least I managed to spare him that indignity.
It's really funny to think of people holding that sacred in 2025, but, you know, here we are. We were confused about that.
I did wonder why that photograph was faked.
Yeah, that was me. I figured that the only real risk was if someone came back in time to check. If they did that, the jig was up anyway. I always wondered if Liam could tell the difference, you know, between me and the original.
Doesn't seem like it, which I guess is good, in a way. Like that Duffy's the same sassy walk cycle as Fia. It's true. It's almost concerningly identical, but yeah, I would attribute that to something about the time traveler training. I like to think that there was like a RuPaul's Drag Race competition style like montage as like part of the training. Like, we should really imagine at some point what the entire training process was, because it really wasn't a lot of like memorizing protocol or like learning how to acclimate to time periods. It was definitely more like, girl, you gotta learn the walk kind of thing.
Looking back, he must have known, but he never said anything. Not once.
Want to get some clams from the clam bar? I think the 4th of July is an appropriate time for a clam jam, if that's the question.
The original Otis and Liam never got along. Maybe he felt I was an improvement.
Improvement or not, you can't go around history killing people.
Oh, you sound like my mom. Just kidding. Although I don't think my mom would love it if I went around history killing people.
How many people have you killed on the job?
I mean, it's definitely part of the job when I do it. Although, in fairness, I would probably do it more often if the game would let me. Which would be... I haven't played them in a long time, but the old... There's like a bunch of old like Star Trek point-and-click adventure games. And I'm pretty sure most or all of those were open-ended enough that they would like randomly let you draw your phaser on people and like kill them that you shouldn't. And then like... Starfleet would just get like super mad and you would like get like an atrocious score for the mission. Like, I think that's all like real.
It was for the job.
So just because we had permission, that made it okay?
I mean, the work we're doing is important. Like, I know what he's saying, but like, I think even if you don't entirely agree with it, I think there's definitely a validity to the argument she's making, and I think it's very silly to like try and handwave it entirely.
You're just making excuses for yourself, trying to justify what you did.
Okay, my mom, who is in chat, does confirm she does not want me going around history killing people. I will make a note of that.
I don't need to justify it. Otis Knox deserved to die. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Anyway, here's our next stop. Ms. Sherman!
Please, call me Evelyn. I've told you a million times.
Why did I get her last name? What could I possibly need that for now?
Not gonna happen. I just wanted to give you that advanced copy of the first Thirst I promised you.
You're kidding. You're doing that now?
I do love... That's the thing I really like about video games that you could, like, never get out of, like, a movie or a TV show or even probably a book. It's just, like, the fact that there are, like, conceits and interface things that exist, like, beyond the storytelling but can be part... You know, it's stuff like... you know, Inscription is, like, an example of a game that has, like, a lot of that kind of thing of, like, messing with the conceit of the video game is part of the game and the story. But, like, there's just something so ominous of, like, wait, the story should be over. Like, why am I getting new, like, mission items?
It hits stores next week. We wait much longer, it won't be special anymore. Here you go. Signed and everything.
Thank you. My nephew's gonna flip. He loved your last one.
You have a good night, Miss Sherman.
Evelyn.
Sure. Evelyn. Let's go, Fia. Such a trip, that lady. Cooks an amazing roast. She says it's the herbs.
EA Sports. It's in the herbs.
Giving her a signed copy of my last book was the least I could do in return.
How did you rewrite all those books anyway? Did you write them all from memory?
God, no. Would you believe I had to jury-rig a quantonic generator just to pull copies of Otis Knox's books from the previous timeline? I thought about changing a few words here and there, putting my own spin on them. It was so tempting. You've no idea.
That's actually... That might be the least credible part of this bizarre story, just because, like... It suggests that even though in this... I mean, I guess the idea is that, like, somehow he eventually figured out how to be a capable writer in the original timeline. but like it just fits so neatly in place that like he was just an awful author and person, and then like this whole thing only existed as a conceit of time travel.
But I didn't. Not once. Old habits die hard, I guess.
Someone else said that in this chapter too, which was weird.
Say something, Fia, for God's sake.
Banana hammock. Dang it. Ooh. Hey chat, you get to pick. Which one do you want? Because none of these seems like the one. There's the telltale ellipse where you say nothing. There's nothing to say, which is as bad or worse. I don't understand. I don't know that will give us anything particularly interesting, or was it worth it? But like he's made it clear it's worth it, so I don't know that that's like super important. Complete consensus on nothing. That's fair. Let's give it a shot. It's so rare that we get to do the telltale ellipse anymore.
Right. The fireworks will be over soon.
You know what happens after?
Yes, I know the protocol. You'll take me to a landing point, then Nazo will beam over a fresh chrono suit for me, then you'll bring me back.
Is that right? I feel like we might shoot him in the head.
And if you refuse?
You shoot me, with no consequences whatsoever.
Will that be necessary?
No. No, it won't. Come on. There's a great spot to watch the fireworks just over here. Nice, huh?
It's a pretty long fireworks show that we've been walking like all around creation and still going. I'm not sure I have a read on how I feel like my interpretation of Fia as a person responds to this. I don't think it's breathtaking, because I feel like she's legitimately pretty pissed at this point. But then he Adam Cole. So here's the thing, because I was thinking about this. I think, like, in the absence of us doing anything, the original timeline is, like, he switches into a new personality because it's, like, because that's what happened to the... Okay, so before when they were saying we almost made it, in the original history, I think he must have disappeared, because like otherwise he wouldn't have been a viable target for this in the first place. Like it had to be a person of high importance whose story like already wasn't changing in order for the scheme to work. So he must have originally disappeared, and so they just had to make it to that point, and then he could hide like relatively consequence free because they just make up a new identity and his past wouldn't matter at all or whatever. So like the thing is that now that we've caught on to him, like, that just doesn't happen, because I think, as Cotillion had said, Adam Cole is not a high priority person. So, like, now that we've reached the end of the Otis, what's-his-face timeline, Otis Knox, like, now he is finished. He doesn't stand the ghost of a chance.
I prefer the view from the de Blasio overpass myself, but this is nice enough.
That view is half holograms, Fia. This is real. The future may be home, but it seems like such a sterile place now. Home is where the love is, and there is no love there.
Then what happens to his son? Don't we paradox? That is an interesting question. I think that the game would have us believe, based on what it said, that someone tampering in time the way that Duffy has supersedes, like, protecting, like, I guess part of it, the other family members aren't high priority, so, like, they don't get the same, like, level of consideration that the author himself did. So, like, I guess we're just changing his past, and it's fine because he's not a protected person.
Maybe I'm just literally stuck in the past. See this boat? It's mine. My plan was to disappear, just like history says I did. Then I would slip into a new identity and work my way back, be with Marla again.
As Adam Cole.
Yes, I'm sorry, Fia.
Oh, we've been over that. The sorry super helps.
So sorry.
Oh, at least he's so sorry. So. Chat Chat, go ahead and pick. Go ahead and pick one. It says, for me, changing a food company to a weapons company kind of throws this all into sauce. I mean, I don't know. I think this game does a relatively good job of making things seem complicated, so even if you don't like them, there's like some reasonable room for interpretation or whatever. I'm sorry too.
I'm sorry too, Duffy. This is the last thing I want to do.
Oh, no, you misunderstand.
Oh no, he's really gonna call an ambulance, but not for me.
I'm not sorry for what I did 15 years ago. Not ever.
Oh.
The last time this happened, it was because we occupied the same space too many times. Is something different happening?
I'm sorry for that.
What the... Duffy? What did you...
See you soon, Fia.
Fia? Fia! Blasted Duffy! What did you do to her?
You there, Nas? I'm sorry it came to this. Better hit that rewind button, for all the good it'll do.
So that's a death, huh?
Activating ERP.
Return to the past now. Man, it times out surprisingly well.
Starting.
I thought we'd have more time.
Oh, it worked.
That's so troubling.
I recognize that look anywhere. How many times has it been?
Nozzo, what happened?
When she's saying that out loud, that feels bad.
I don't know. Your readings just spiked, and...
Don't bother asking, Nazo. When you took my hand to help me out of that chair...
It was a trap!
...with morphobite, absorbed through the skin.
Morphobite?
It hardens stomach acid. Takes about 20 or 30 minutes for the effects to take hold. It's not pleasant, but you seem to already know that.
You poisoned me.
Don't worry. The cure is easy enough to obtain in about, 62 years.
What?
Quanmexlin, Fia. It's the only cure.
Interesting.
We have a few vials in the first aid kit. You need to get back here.
Run back home to Kronazen, Fia. You have just enough time. It's too bad I'll be long gone by the time you get back.
I think I like two. I think I like putting the blame for like killing me on him. She just come back to 5 minutes ago. I mean, we're not really supposed to be present in the same time so many times. They might let us do it. I think there's a valid point to like send another person, although at the same time, we are like the only active time agent in New York in our present. But then like feasibly they could just like call someone in from, I don't know, London or whatever, and then just, because that's how time travel works, you know? Like fly them in from the other branch of Kronazen, and you know what I mean.
You killed Otis Knox, and now me?
I'm not killing you, Fia, not really. And as for Otis, he had it coming.
You raise a good point. At this point, he has more or less expressed that he has the same intent that we said we'd kill him over. So, like, why not kill him? If he's basically, like, resisting arrest or, like, the time travel equivalent, like, what is to stop us from shooting him and then traveling back, right? Because, like, at this point, like, he's outlived his timeline anyway. I guess... Hang on. No, we've shot someone with basically a vaporized setting, right? It wouldn't leave, like, a body that would, like, need to be investigated or whatever. I don't know, I think it works. Like, I think if we, like, set our phaser to kill and, like, vaporize him, then, like, it's fine. He has to disappear, not the... Oh, yeah, I guess he hasn't talked to the witnesses. No, you're right, you're right. You're right.
Marla, I'll see you soon.
You'd better.
Bye, Fia. And I'm sorry.
If Fia is anything like me, this will be so much worse for him now. This was a mistake. Like, if I am in Fia's shoes and someone does this to me, like, now it's, like, personal. Now I, like, don't care about our history. Like, now I'm going to make it bad for you.
I hope you're happy.
Oh, really? Listen, lady, your time rating isn't high either.
I really... Oh, forget it.
You know how sometimes I say that I'm a petty person? I want you to understand that this is what I mean. Okay, it definitely seems like there's more of that case than we're getting to tonight. The story on this one does rule. I feel like the last two have been really good. No, actually, wait, I'm thinking of 4. Wait, which one? Okay. First one is the doctor who, like, breaks his anti-paradox bracelet. Second one was the boxer lady. Third one was... What's the third one? Fourth was the rival heads of the company. Fifth was investigating 910. 6 is this one. Third was the 1920s. You're right. Yeah, I blacked that one out because I hated that one. But now the last 3 are pretty good. I was a little mid on the September 10th one, all things considered. Like, there were some cool ideas in there, but like ultimately that one didn't do it for me. Even though, like, I didn't totally love the execution of the rival company heads, I thought that was a really good idea that was at least, like, fun and interesting. But, like, this is the peak story so far. And I've heard that the end of this game is really good, but I don't have any context beyond that. But, like, honestly, up until now, I would have been kind of skeptical of that. I think they did a really good job with this. Like... I think that they did a great job of giving me just enough information that, like, by the time I'm supposed to understand the gravity of the situation, that I do without the game having to tell me. Like, I knew it was Duffy before I had to go through all the hoops of him explaining it to me. But, like, I don't think it was, like, super crazy obvious. And also, I think it's a pretty good twist. And, like, that's, like, exactly the kind of thing you want from a twist, is for there to be some ability to understand it by that point. Like, maybe, like, I think there's enough information that you could feasibly guess in advance, but you'd have to be, like, really dialed in, I think. But, like, just the fact that you get there and you know what's going on immediately, like, that's always so satisfying. Is, like, when you get it and, like, you appreciate it as the story is, like, trying to explain it to you. Because, like, then, you know, like, they have to explain it if you didn't get it, but then you're like, oh, but, like, I know and it sucks. Like, that, like, I'm super thrilled with this so far. And his, like, heel turn feels very consistent with what we now know of his, like, MO. And also, I feel like it creates a really compelling thrust for, like, the rest of this chapter. And also, I love, like, the thing where, like, we're going with him on his rounds to see all of the final witnesses, and then, like, the weird video game thing happens. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. We shouldn't have to do anything else. Like, why would that happen? Just, like, the weird ominous nature of that, just, like, all of that was so good. Like, I've had a lot of criticisms of this game, and, like, some of them have been kind of petty, and some of them have been pretty legit, I think. But, like, this has been really good. I'm very happy and pleased with basically everything in this case. And looking forward to the rest of that, and looking forward to the last case if it's supposed to be better than this. I mean, dang. Well, yeah, so we flip things on their head on our return, and we've already found some secret Squirtles. So I guess there isn't much left to do to round out the stream. Any final thoughts, questions, concerns, comments, other words that start with C's? Squirtle behind Squirtle. What? Something like that could never... What? But I moved it during the stream. How could I? Was I Duffy all along? Who knows? But yeah, were there any other? I think we covered all the things people wanted to look at up close, right? Oh, I guess one other thing I can mention is I did hide a little Squishmallow. As part of my birthday, my mom she bought a whole collection of the McDonald's Squishmallows, so she could make sure that she got all the ones I didn't have because she wasn't totally sure which ones, so she just got all of them. It was very sweet. And I have the Blue Bird of Happiness, which I did not previously have, which is nice. Yes, my mom is the best mom. We all know this. This is why everyone in chat just refers to her as mom, and this is accepted and understood. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll be back with some blueprints. Next Friday. Next Friday is the 26th, huh? I think that's fine. I don't know. Some family stuff I'm not sure yet if I should talk about on stream is like happening next weekend. It might affect something. I don't think it's possible for it to affect Friday. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. But we should be able to finish this off next week. I think we'll probably be streaming normally, would be my guess. But yeah, blueprints tomorrow. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Oh, good. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the gift subs and resubs. And wow, all the gas is trying to leave my body at the end of the stream is really awkward. Very, very, very good. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Until I do, take care of yourselves and remember that you are clawsome.